looking at the stream.
Oh.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Carrie,
Oh, thank
Mommy,
you.
and hello, everyone joining
Yes.
us in the YouTube verse. He is Anthony. You are, as we just mentioned.
Carrie, formerly known as Anonymommy.
And I am Daddy.
And
I'm going to be right back taking care of it.
I got it.
Taking care of the typical technical issue. It's all right. Luke, thanks for popping in.
What's up, Luke?
Hello. Happy Hodag. Thank you for popping
Thank
in,
you.
saying hi from the Green Bay area.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, typically on Sundays, when it's available for us to do it, we will usually do a Packers game stream. But you're more of a Brewers fan.
I am more of a Brewers fan. I'm more of a baseball fan, generally speaking.
So while the Brewers play a bit before the Packers do, maybe some overlap. If the Packers are on, watch them on your main screen, have us as your second screen. We will be here for you. You can tell that I've done this for a living, can't you?
Just a little bit.
Okay,
A little
we have a poll up. Who wins today? Brewers, Reds, or Go Pack Go? 3 options.
Well, the third would then be a tie that would essentially come from the fact that they'd be playing forever, right?
No, it's Go Pack Go. Like
I see what you mean. I get you.
I don't care. Go Pack Go.
Capiche. Yeah, let me do a little bit of work here on the graphics while we talk.
Yeah.
And while I'm doing that, we have to first say that before this Brewers-Reds game starts, so much of what happened that got you into baseball, certainly I played a part, but it's just as much your fault.
Well, I guess so. I mean, I grew up in Charleston, West Virginia, which West Virginia, of course, is one of the few states that does not have a Major League Baseball team.
Or pro sports of any kind.
Yeah, pro sports of any time. It's WVU and Marshall all the way. But, so different parts of like Charleston typically is more Reds country. Other parts, kind of the northwestern part, northern parts, usually more Pirates. And probably, closer to the Eastern Panhandles, probably Nats. So we just had, grew up with our minor league team at the time was the Charleston Wheelers. And my grandparents would buy once or twice a summer, they would treat us to a game at old Watt-Powell Park.
Yeah.
And so grew up going there. But it wasn't until after Anthony was born and Jay was working nights. But after we took him to his first Brewers game, I remember taking him to Miller. We took him to Miller Park. He was about 18 months old.
Yeah.
And he just sat there just bright-eyed and just looking at the field and hearing the sound of the crowd. And he just took it all in. And within a short time after that, as I mentioned, Jay would be working. And like sometimes I put the Brewer games on, but this one particular evening, I didn't have the TV on. And Anthony came up to me and he said, "Baseball, Mommy? We watch baseball?" And I said, "Sure, of course." And so I would turn the Brewers on and he would sit there and he would just analyze. And he would start, he looked at the jerseys and he said, "What's that, Mommy? What's on their shirts?" And I said, "Well, those are numbers." And he literally learned his numbers from the Brewers.
And I learned my cities.
You learned your cities, geography.
A lot of social studies.
So much. So many early learning skills he learned just from watching the Brewers.
And go ahead.
So his love of baseball, and of course going out, taking him to parks to play. And I'm a professional nanny, for those of you who don't know. So he would come to work with me.
She knows how to take care of kids.
When he was really little. And whether it was, in the middle of December or what, we would go to parks bundled up and we would still be playing on the baseball fields.
Yeah,
it was baseball 24/7. And so just his excitement and passion for baseball, it reawakened something in me from when I was a kid. And for the first time, I really started to kind of dive into baseball. And I had enjoyed going to Miller Park before. You know, Jay and I had gone several times.
We'll have stories as we do this game.
Yeah, but so Anthony, just loving baseball really made me fall in love with baseball and the Milwaukee Brewers.
And it was also the thing that, as you started really diving into it, the thing that led us
to
YouTube, but also to doing baseball trips in general and going to John Jansen's favorite city, Albert Pujols, hitting 699 and 700 on Friday night. That's awesome. We can't stand the Cardinals, but toast
absolutely.
and tip of the cap to Albert Pujols.
Absolutely.
Quality human being.
Yes, awesome.
And it was because of the fact that, one, you're taking care of kids all the time, besides being a fantastic mommy to this little one before you're even 2 years old, that you're like, Jay, I need a break. And so we took a break, and I took this kid at 22 months for a 4-day, 3-night trip to see the Brewers play the Cardinals in St. Louis. And as you can see the link right there, that explains that story. But that's what started our tradition of going on Brewers road trips, which started our tradition of YouTube.
Yeah, that is true.
Yes, and so I think you were about to say earlier that typically on Sundays when they live stream, I'm typically not here because I'm either just having some well-deserved me time.
Yes. Very
or
deserved.
I'm doing laundry and, taking care of all the practicalities to get ready for the week ahead and appreciate that time and space. So that is why I typically am not here. Today, we kind of had a couple of birthday plan scenarios, and I was hoping to maybe get out and take a hike and get outdoors a little bit, enjoy the fall weather.
Without telling us to take a hike, so which sometimes we need
but
to.
For a few reasons that did not work out, which is okay. So I had said my backup, kind of my plan B, was Brewers-Reds.
Yeah.
So, and we have our good friend Crystal, who lives in Cincinnati and who I got to meet earlier. Anthony and I got to meet over Memorial Day weekend this year, who is a Reds fan, big baseball fan. And so she will be joining us in a little while. So excited for that too.
And there will other things that'll be joining us, by the way, will be pizza.
Yes.
And cake.
Yes. And one of my favorite beers.
Yes. I'll make sure we bring it down for you.
Thank you.
Likes. Yep.
We
Thanks
appreciate
for the
that.
likes.
We appreciate that. Now, for those of you watching this stream, because of the game itself, this is a critical game for the Milwaukee Brewers. They are a game and a half and a tiebreaker back of the Philadelphia Phillies. We happen to be living in Philadelphia, by the way, after my job move about a year and a half ago. In fact, I started that job literally a year and a half ago today.
Wow.
March 25th, 2021.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
And the Brew Crew is a game and a half back and a tiebreaker back of the Phillies in the National League wildcard standings for the last wildcard spot. They are 2 games and a tiebreaker back of the San Diego Padres for the number 5 spot.
Yes.
The 5 seed and the 6 seed. There is no 7 seed.
Yeah, and
So they've got to leapfrog one of those 2 teams.
And looking at it, the Phillies are currently losing right now. Last I checked, against the Braves. And if the Brewers can win today, sweep Cincinnati, Phillies lose, that would be 0.5 games back with the tiebreaker. And the Brewers are playing against the Cardinals Tuesday, Wednesday. But the Phillies have to go to one of the hardest places to play, Wrigley Field. It's not an easy place. Anything can happen at Wrigley. Even if you're a much better team than the Cubs, you can still lose and even lose a series there. So It won't be an easy task for the Phillies.
And the fact is, today is the Phillies' last home game.
TJ Watt, the pride of Milwaukee, stops in.
If only. How you doing? So
I love it.
He's one of our favorite nice trash talkers.
Trolls.
Yeah.
One of our favorite nice trolls.
Yeah, he's a good one. He's
TJ Watt in a bed.
Yeah. But today is the Phillies' last home game.
That is true.
They go on the road for their final week and a half.
They take on Chicago. They take on Washington.
And Houston.
The Brewers, though, they got all home games. 2 against St. Louis and then Miami for 4 and
Arizona for 3.
Or 3, yeah.
Now, while today is also the Padres' last road game, they're at Colorado. The Padres have 9 home games left, but they ain't easy.
Yeah. We're looking at 3 against the Dodgers this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then 3 against the White Sox, a good team, without manager Tony La Russa the rest of the season. That just came out today, and they take on the Giants to finish the season. Never easy against them.
So the Brewers are in position. We could have, doing the math, 5 straight playoff spots if they get it done. Look who's come up to start this game.
Yeah, so this is something interesting. A move that you don't usually see from Craig Counsell. Andrew McCutchen batting first. He's been sitting in that 4-5 spot for most of the season, but Christian Yelich will move down to 3, Kutch up to number 1.
Nick Lodolo is on the mound for the Reds.
Yeah. TJ Watt asking how the Brewers are doing in the wild card
thank
race.
you for the birthday wishes, TJ Watt. Appreciate it.
And the legend saying, "Hi, dear friends. How are you? Stay blessed always."
We appreciate that.
We're good.
Thank you.
Where is the real legend, though? Where's Nick the legend?
Oh, he's at a soccer field today.
He's finishing a soccer game. He'll be here in probably like 30 minutes in the chat.
Yeah.
I was at his game yesterday. They played well. And to start, that's going to be a
easy grounder.
Yeah.
The Brewers today are in the navy and gold.
Yeah.
In their awesome Milwaukee alternate throwback jersey that says Milwaukee. The Reds in their bright red jersey.
I like those.
That just says Reds in cursive font.
And I like the Mr. Red Legs patch on the side. Nice. John saying happy birthday.
Thank you,
Hey,
John. Appreciate you. Thank you.
And now Willie Adames.
Is there a hole in his pants?
No.
Okay, not today.
It's too early for
that. We'll link that blog as well.
And that's gonna be $100 now. But shout out to John and anyone else. I don't know who has, but our good friends over at Stat Sheet Sports and Chicago Sports Network have been doing great content. I know that John has been in a lot of their chats. I was on with Stat Sheet Sports for a little bit last night, talking some college football and a little bit of MLB and NFL. But yeah, awesome stuff over there.
This is an explainer of the hole in his pants game.
And as I guess emojis aren't showing up for this, happy birthday.
Some are.
Good vibes. Thanks. I'm guessing. I don't know. I can't tell.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
That's a grounder right to India.
A well-shifted grounder, off balance
throw,
but a great tag by Reynolds.
Matt Reynolds had a homer against the Brewers last night, I'm pretty sure. As now Yelich will come up.
Oh, man. Is he your favorite Brewer currently, or is it Kutch?
Me?
Either one of you.
I'll let you go first.
My favorite Brewer has to be a tie between Yelly and Kutch.
I don't have a favorite Brewer, really. I mean, I love Yelly. I love Kutch. I love Willie.
Your team guy.
I love Rowdy. I love Corbin. I could go on and on. Those are like my top 5, though. I really don't like one over the others. TJ Watt. Oh, first John Jansen. Missouri Tigers losing in OT.
And TJ Watt.
Yeah, they're not that good.
As you were saying, TJ. Or
700.
Yeah.
Great. Congrats to Albert Pujols. And maybe he can hit 715. That'd be cool.
I'll put it this way. If Lou Gehrig was not Lou Gehrig, the kind of player who could get 190 RBIs in a season, which he did, Pujols might be the best first baseman in the history of the game.
Yeah.
That's how amazing Pujols has been. Is this
The 1,
inning ends
2,
and
3 innings.
Yelich very gently goes up the back of Reynolds to not tackle him.
But now we
in the goal
see
vision.
Freddie Peralta. Gonna be his first time back from the IL. I almost said IR. I'm thinking NFL. So that's gonna be fun.
Oh, there's your favorite, or
Brad
one of your favorites.
Brad Paisley.
Oh, Brad Paisley.
And can we explain why?
Well, sure, of course. Yeah, you can explain why.
Go for it.
Oh, so
Brad Paisley.
mostly everyone knows country singer Brad Paisley. He was born and raised in West Virginia, a little bit more northern panhandle, closer to Wheeling, West Virginia. But yeah, so we are big Brad Paisley fans and got to see him in concert with my mom.
We did.
Yeah, and in June. So that was very exciting.
Yeah.
Love Brad Paisley.
And for those who don't know, Carrie Marie is a West Virginian, so we are all Mountaineers fans, me by
Yes.
marriage. You've seen that T-shirt on the channel before.
We finally won 2 games. We actually finally
Yeah.
beat a Power 5
Back to
team.
500.
I mean, I'm like, I don't know if I should be wanting us to win or if I should want us to lose so Neil Brown will get fired. At least there's a better chance of that. I don't know how to
I'd
feel.
rather have Neil Brown figure it out and become a really good coach.
I just can't stand him. Hire coach off.
John Jansen, favorite Cardinal, Albert Pujols, definitely for us as well. Favorite Brewer, understandable reason. Colton
The
Wong.
former Card.
Absolutely.
Very, very nice. The happy hot dog that you.
I have
Hodag.
Hodag.
Oh, Hodag. Sorry,
Hodag.
She can't
Hodag.
read.
Yeah, no, I cannot read. I've Hodag. My apologies, Hodag.
Don't you
Oh.
have glasses
I do,
on? Okay.
but my prescription just got updated, so I'm a little. I feel like 42 going on, 70 here.
For the Reds, Friedel, India, Farmer, Steer, Fairchild, Lopez, Aquino, Reynolds, and Romine. Their lineup today.
One of the great Brad Paisley concerts, for those of you who'd love to see what it looks like live, his performance at Mountaineer Field on the
Yeah,
campus of
that
the
was
University
a
of
good
West
one.
Virginia.
Yes.
And TJ Watt.
Uh-oh.
He is actually a player there.
Yes,
Yes.
all of us, John, all of us have
Lars
glasses.
Nootbaar. Love the name.
Yes, all
We
of us
do.
do have
We were all
glasses.
bespectacled.
We are.
And little foul there
Now,
from Friedel.
as a mom,
Yes.
you will especially appreciate this. And I think you may have even watched it live. Freddie Peralta's first game as a pitcher with the Brewers. Do you remember it?
No, she was sleeping that day. I remember.
How the heck do you remember she was sleeping?
Because she was taking a nap. It was Mother's Day, and she said, "Get out the house." So no. We did some in the morning, and then she's like, "I want to take a nap."
I want
So
to take a nap.
So then we went to
I did take a nap.
downtown. Yeah,
And we watched Freddie Peralta in his debut for the Brewers
throw a shutout
throw a one-hitter against the Colorado Rockies in Colorado. Nude bar. So it was sort of like with us, with one of our favorite Brewers at the time, Mike Moustakis. Moose.
or Lou.
For her favorite all-time
Yes.
Brewer.
Lucroy, Jonathan Lucroy, one of my all-time favorite Brewers.
And one of the best catchers in Brewers history. Statistically, he is. I think Ted Simmons wins the
Yeah.
today, but statistically, LaCroix was better.
Now, but with Peralta, with that one hitter on Mother's Day, what made it amazing was that his mom was in attendance.
Both of his parents were.
Both of his parents were. The first time she had ever seen him pitch outside of her hometown. And to watch just how he dominated that game and to see her reaction, she did a bilingual interview with Sophia Minnaert on the Brewers television network, Brewers TV broadcast. And Sophia speaks both English and Spanish. She conducted the interview in Spanish with Mom and translated it in English. And you could see Mom's tears there. You could just see Mom's tears there. So happy. So happy. TJ Watt is Wainwright a Hall of Famer. Adam Wainwright, as we got a deep shot, but not deep enough to really cause any issues.
Yeah,
One out.
he is. He's a Hall of Famer. I don't
By
think there's any
far.
doubt about that. Same for Molina. Same for Pujols.
Easily.
And
Easily.
Jimmy Water.
If they are all in the same Hall of Fame class, if they all end their careers this year,
Yeah, they probably will be.
they will paint Cooperstown all shades of red.
Red, baby,
In
blue,
6 years.
Red, baby, blue, and cream, and
Yeah.
white, and navy blue, and all those colors in the scheme.
He pays attention to team colors,
Of
doesn't
course I do.
he?
Well, they don't even have a navy blue jersey or a red jersey.
No.
The Cardinals' only jerseys are white, gray, baby blue, and cream.
So wait, they have a cream and a white jersey or not?
Yeah, they
Okay,
have
that's
a cream alternate. That's a St. Louis.
That's right. Now, at some point, it's not the big. You're like, it's not the biggest priority for us to purchase right now for you,
No.
but a Jonathan LaCroix Brewers jersey.
Yes. It's
I
on
was
Yeah, I was telling him yesterday that the two jerseys I would love to have are Jonathan LaCroix and Jackie Robinson.
Yes.
And Hank Aaron. I could do a Hank Aaron too, of course.
Now we now have moved to the home base of authentic throwback jersey maker Mitchell and Ness. If we had an unlimited budget and stopped in that store, little bud, we'd exceed it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's my my thing. I was trying to find one, and I hope I can.
Mhm.
An Albert Pujols Angels jersey,
Mm.
because I'm not gonna buy an Albert Pujols Cardinals jersey,
Right.
but I would
We
do.
just can't.
It's like think of a great Daniel Vogelbach. How about that? A Met.
Yep.
I would not buy a Daniel Vogelbach Met
Mets
jersey
jersey.
because I won't buy anything Mets.
Right.
Unlike you and you.
I never. You know what?
Hey.
We have
That
a
cost me,
single for India, the first hit of the game for the Reds.
next time we go to the dump, I'm taking it with us.
You are not.
Yes, I am.
What? I don't own any Mets.
You bought her the coffee that had the Mets, or you got the coffee that had the Mets.
Yeah,
stuff.
he
It says "Let's go Mets."
That's because that was the only thing that they would sell the coffee in.
I
Okay.
have not ever bought anything Mets. I've been given
Okay, true.
things
Fair.
that are Mets.
Fair.
Now, as a baseball throwback lover and enjoyer, I might buy like a Dwight Gooden jersey if I had an unlimited budget,
Yeah.
but that's not going to happen.
If I had an unlimited budget, I would buy a lot of Mets jerseys. I just wouldn't wear them. They just sit in my closet.
Yeah, but
Unless they were, like playing the Astros or something in the World Series, and then,
Deborah saying hi, a couple of dots there, like she was
I think that's
trying to
supposed to
type
be a
something, but that's
smile.
okay. That's okay. And CJ, happy
Crystal.
birthday,
Let's
Chris.
see, and
It's
Jay.
Crystal, CJ, how you doing?
Hi, Crystal.
We sent you the code. Feel free to pop in when you're ready.
Thank you.
There's CJ.
C and J.
There's CJ, our favorite Yellow Jacket, a Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets fan. And then there's C and J, which is Crystal.
We are now adding a link to.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can
I forgot that we got to see Pujols.
We saw Pujols in 2019 when he was with the Anaheim Angels on our Brewers West Coast road trip.
John saying that cream is the alternate Saturday home jerseys
Okay.
and red jerseys in spring training. The Cardinals need to have normal reds. Because, that's the biggest color. in the
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say like a red alternate instead of cream, but that's just me.
Yeah, I like both cream. They could replace the white with the cream. The cream looks awesome.
That's
with
true.
The St. Louis. I don't know what Deborah is trying to type in the chat. It doesn't. A lot of things don't show up on StreamYard like they
Right.
do in YouTube. So that could be a smile or something,
I'll
and
check
we
the
just
tubes.
don't know that.
Oh my gosh.
What?
After you're done with
Philly
us,
Captain.
yeah, go
Oh
check
yeah,
out
I
the
already
Philly
watched
Captain
that.
video.
I'm guessing it got taken down and then he had to repost it or something.
Perhaps.
Yeah, he's the Atlanta. It was essentially kids telling him that that the Braves didn't give them a ball, so he needs to yell, "You stink" at them.
Man. Yeah, right now the Reds are winning the poll, as a matter of fact. And Deborah's Delicious Dishes, you are not showing up.
I think it's just a
Your comments in
period.
the
I don't know what
chat.
the
Yeah.
problem is.
Technical difficulties. It's okay, Deborah.
I need to.
It's okay.
I need to go here.
Spencer Steer up at the plate now with 1 on and 2 out.
Okay, hold I'm gonna text Nick them on.
Now, you haven't been with us to a game in Cincinnati yet.
No, I have not. I do want to go to Great American Ballpark. I would like to go. And now I can meet Crystal there and have gal pal time watching baseball, which has actually been
3 outs, by the way.
it's been hard to find. Like, I don't really have that many girlfriends. I have girlfriends in Milwaukee who like to, they like baseball, they like being at the ballpark, but they're not necessarily as into it as I can be. So that's why
yeah, into it. You can get into it when we're at the
And now
ballpark.
Crystal's here.
that is why I appreciate our next guest so much.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
Yay!
The first
oh yeah.
on StreamYard.
Hey!
Thanks for joining us.
Happy birthday!
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you for popping. Nice. We see you're in your Reds gear.
Yeah, some Reds gear. This is Equal Justice or something like that, but it's red.
Cool.
So
That counts.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, take us into how you became a Reds fan and why you fell in love with them.
Oh, sure. Okay, so my dad grew up in the Dayton area, just north of Dayton, so close to Cincinnati.
Nice.
And yeah, he was a Reds fan. So naturally I became a Reds fan. Growing up, he would listen to the Reds game on radio, like in our backyard grilling burgers. And so
Excellent.
through my dad, that's how I became a Reds fan. And now I live in Cincinnati, but at the time we lived like 3 hours away. So
Now, how many times would you estimate that your ears heard Marty Brennaman yell, "This one belongs to the Reds"?
during my lifetime, under 50% of the time,
Okay.
because that's his winning call. Okay, but if I had to estimate how many times I heard that, maybe 200, because that would just be on the radio.
I'll be back. Ice cream truck's here.
Uh-oh.
Give me some.
What?
We had cake later.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
The one time that we heard Marty Brennaman say that phrase live was ridiculously heartbreaking.
I don't know.
You
I
were
was too little.
right. You were almost 3 years old.
Okay.
We went to your, what had it been? Your 5th Major League Stadium.
Oh, we got a Hunter Renfroe bomb.
Was that live?
Right? Oh,
Yes!
Wow.
Hunter Renfroe!
Season.
Woo! Sorry, Crystal.
No problem.
And the Brewers are up
Boom!
1-0.
Thank you for catching that while I was in the middle of conversation, not doing my job of being a play-by-play announcer. But the one time that we heard it live in person on the Reds radio network, as Willie Adames has his arms right on the shoulders
They're
of
doing the
Renfroe,
train.
escorting him to the bell, escorting him right to the bell. Does he ring the bell? He rings the bell.
There you go.
As the Brewers now have a 1-0 lead. But it was the time that we took you and your grandparents to give you a break to Brewers-Reds. And Brousseau is up for the Brewers.
Yeah, he is.
And the Brewers were in the midst of a potential playoff run that year.
Yeah.
And
Oh, hold on. What year was this?
it was 2012.
We were good in 2012?
They were good in 2012.
I didn't know that was possible after 2011.
But it was a chase for a wild card spot. And they had to win this late season game in Cincinnati to get there. We had 3rd row seats.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But we had to leave early for whatever reason it was. I think you may have just been done.
Probably.
You were just gone since being 2.5 years old.
Little,
Single to left field for Brousseau.
Yeah.
And thanks for being the good luck charm, Crystal.
Anytime
Much cheaper.
out of it, so
But the Brewers had a 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the 9th, but we had to leave right about that point. We get to the car. We're driving away from the stadium, driving away from the parking lot, and we hear Marty Brennaman going, "This one belongs to the Reds."
oh,
And your Reds did in our Brewers that day. We're a big part of why the Brewers didn't make the playoffs. We hold no grudge. It's okay. It's okay.
That was a better year for the Reds than this year. Let's see, 2010 is when Votto was MVP, I think, and they made the playoffs, but then got no hit by who was that?
Roy Halladay here.
Yes, Roy Halladay, yeah. And then I think they made it again in 2012 and 2013. It's hard for me to remember, but that was a better year for the Reds than 2022 for sure.
Yeah, we're going to keep the screen off so people can see who you are. We'll keep the score off, but we'll try and update you as we go along.
And John Jansen, thank you for voting for the Brewers.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
In our poll. Now, are your Bengals playing today?
I don't know because I turned it on and then my reception wasn't coming through so good. So I thought the Bengals don't do well in the first half. So I'm probably missing bad play right now anyway. I don't know. I have no clue.
I got a notification about, I guess, how T. Higgins scored a touchdown, but the refs took it away, and fantasy football managers are mad right now.
Oh, yeah. My fantasy team today, I'm playing my sister, so I'm really hoping for a win.
Oh, who's your sister's team?
Well, her team name is something I can't remember.
Okay.
Bengals up 14-6 on the Jets.
Oh, really? Okay.
And it was 7:59 in the second.
Okay.
Now, we give the caveat that it is the Jets.
Yeah.
And there's talk that they could be traded to the SEC for the Alabama Crimson Tide, but
yeah.
No, I'm kidding. But that said, we got to know you through this very channel, through the fact that we have a shared love of baseball as you do with your son.
Yes. I remember his first baseball game was Greg Maddox's last time in Cincinnati.
Oh, wow.
Man.
He was a baby, but he was a big baby, so I had him in this like hiking backpack carrier in the stadium. And I went with my sister, and it was a lot of fun. And I can't remember if the Reds won or lost. I just remember that it was Greg Maddox, my last time to see him in person. So I do love baseball, and I've tried to pass that on to him. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Quick, I just looked up the NFL scores. Bears up on the Texans 10-7. Colts up on Kansas City 10-6. Eagles up on Washington 10-0. Buffalo up on Miami 14-7. We already mentioned Bengals Jets. Panthers up on Saints 10-0. Ravens beating New England 7-3.
And John Jansen, we're disowning you. Kidding.
And two more. Titans up on the Raiders 21-10. And the Lions up on Minnesota 14-0.
Wow.
Still to go. Jags, Chargers, Packers, Bucks, Rams, Cardinals, Falcons, Seahawks, and 49ers, Broncos today. And then tomorrow night.
See how he's carrying with this?
Tomorrow night we'll have.
I need to know my fantasy players are
Giants, Cowboys. That's the last one. I'll be right back.
And living in Philadelphia, we are required through our citizenship here to say the phrase. Not even just that, but the phrase "Dallas sucks."
Yes.
No.
That's one of my fantasy team names. One of my 20 million.
Runners on second and third is Kessingira with a double. Runners on second and third.
Very
so
nice.
We became buds through that, and through that, you two became buds.
Yeah.
Yes. And I got
Yeah.
to meet her in person this past summer. It was
Yes.
the highlight of my summer.
Oh, thank you. It was such
Awesome.
it was such a treat to get to finally meet you in person.
Yes.
Like, Crystal and I came to find out that we just have so many similarities between just our age, the part of the country we grew up in, and I mean just the ages of our sons, just like, just so many similarities. We just hit it off and have been friends ever since, and I'm very blessed to call you friend, Crystal.
Absolutely. The same. As I was thinking about getting on the StreamYard, I was like, what does Carrie, like, she brings to our friendship for me just an incredible, like, caring and thoughtfulness, like no other. And that's super.
Now you know why I married her, among other reasons. I mean, that's a Hallmark type stuff of who she is, besides the fact she's a big Hallmark Channel fan.
I'm not that big of a Hallmark Channel fan. There are Hallmark Channel fans that could blow me in leave me in the dust.
Yeah, she's about probably here on the screen.
I'm like
there are fans who are on the planet Neptune.
Yeah.
So are we talking like Christmas Hallmark or all the time Hallmark?
Just like all the time. I'm extremely particular about the Christmas movies and movies in general, but I have like my favorite actors and actresses.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I tend to kind of, unless the plot really takes me in, if I see a trailer, like it's typically those people who I kind of gravitate towards.
All right. And who are these so that I know?
So one of them who is extremely popular right now is Tyler Hines.
I remember this through messaging.
Yeah. Yes. So
this is where the play-by-play announcer does an interruption and says 1-0 Brewers. Top of the second inning, a fly ball into the stands. Foul ball for Victor Caratini. Runners on second and third. Keep going.
I also like oh gosh, why is his name? His name just left me. But Lacey Chabert from Party of Five. A lot of people know our age know her from Party of Five and Mean Girls. Lacey Chabert has been on Hallmark Channel for a long time. Has done several great movies. And trying to think who else. It's mainly those two. Who kind of pull me in.
P Digits chiming in. Finkel is Einhorn. What up, Sorgy fan? Go Cardinals. We're not worried about the Cardinals at the moment because we've pretty much given the NL Central to them. We're in the fight for a wild card spot. A strikeout of Caratini, so there's now 2 left in the inning. Now,
update me on the playoff races and hunts. I've been so busy lately. This is unlike me. I have been so busy. I kind of don't know what's going on, and it's so unlike me to be so in the dark.
The only part that we care about right now is the National League wild card race. As we chime in with John Jansen, go Cardinals again. And John saying you picked up the Bears defense in fantasy. You thought it was going to be a low-scoring game, as Tyrone Taylor is up right now for the Brew Crew. The Brewers are a game and a half and a tiebreaker behind the Phillies for the final National League wildcard spot, and 2 games behind the San Diego Padres for the number 5 wildcard spot. So this game is critical. P. Digit saying your wife keeps Hallmark Channel up unless her Braves or her Tar Heels are on.
Nice.
The Brewers rally gets snuffed out. They still own a 1-0 lead after the top of the second inning. But I will. Yes, there is love of Tar Heels, except for when those teams from the South. Now, we had a bit of a Hallmark semi-ish kind of adventure. Wasn't it the Hallmark Channel that led you to where we went yesterday for our anniversary?
Yes, it was. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe within the last 4 or 5 years, I saw a movie. I believe it's called All My Heart with I think it's Brennan Elliott and Lacey Chabert. And the setting for this movie is Bucks County, Pennsylvania. And, starts off with your typical,
people.
Lacey.
No relation to your 2021 world champion Milwaukee Bucks.
Hold on, can I just say something?
Here we go.
They were wearing navy. The team's wearing navy. So I put on
Nice.
Okay. Lacey Chabert's character is, living, working in the city, successful job, blah, blah, blah. When she gets this letter that she has inherited this country home in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, and ends up, becoming she turns it into a beautiful, cute little bed and breakfast. And just the whole setting of the entire movie was just extremely charming. And so, before we even moved here, I was like, I want to go to Bucks County. and hadn't really had the opportunity. It's just been so much just getting settled in here. And then for our anniversary, Jay was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I just want a nice scenic drive, 2-lane roads, driving through little towns. And we did that yesterday, which was a lot of fun, very relaxing, a lot of fun. So thank you.
Did they have any of the places from the movie there? Like, was it filmed in
I did not do. Yeah, you know what? I did not do like that much intensive research. I need to like find I thought maybe we might pass some like little bed and breakfasts on the side of the road, but we didn't that I know of. But yeah, I have to next time. Yesterday was just kind of, to some degree kind of going with the flow. But yeah, next time I'll have to kind of, we'll have to kind of look into more spots next time we go up.
First pitch, foul ball right by the first base side dugout, and Keston Hira drops it.
Thank you.
Just drops it.
Thank you, P Digits. Thank you for joining us so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Smoke tri-tip. Let us know how that goes.
Yeah, have a great day.
And P Digits, tell your wife that it would kind of be nice if the Braves could win today. That would kind of help us out.
So big.
That would kind of help us out. But
okay, so I have to say something about a Hallmark movie.
Sure, yeah, go for it.
One was shot in the town filmed in the town where I live.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's why I was asking if it was really filmed in Bucks County and if you can see some of the places. So I remember driving home. I don't remember what it was, work, picking up my son from school, and like seeing them make this movie in the middle of summer for Christmas, and they had like fake snow on the ground.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Nicolette Sheridan, is she like, I think that was her that appeared in the film, because she was with Desperate Housewives, I think. Anyway, I don't remember. Okay. I've seen the film a couple of times, but I've found the house that they would show the outside of, and some other places.
Nasty curveball by Freddie Peralta to get the first out. Nasty curveball. That had, more curves than the back of one of your guitars.
Crystal, do you remember the name of the movie?
I don't. It was about a small town, which I guess the city I live in is small, but I mean, it's in between Cincinnati and Dayton. So it's not like, I don't know. It's not like small town in the middle of nowhere. And some big company was going to come in, and that's all I remember.
Okay.
What percentage of that is the plot of a Hallmark movie? Is that like 20% of them?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, one of my teachers was talking about how much she couldn't stand Hallmark movies.
Which one? Eighth grade.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
that's okay.
And no, I gotta say something. She said, small town girl goes to the big city and meets the big city guy, and that's how every single one is.
I understand. I can appreciate the critique. I understand. That's what I don't like get into every single one. I'm not like, I'll go on like, and see kind of what movies are upcoming and who's going to be in them. And,
I think I'm about to have a heart attack.
Uh-oh.
Why? What happened?
Aaron Ashby is coming out of the bullpen. It's
what?
A miracle. Aaron Ashby's in the bullpen. I've been saying it all year. You have a 6-man rotation. Just use 5. And finally, he's in the bullpen. Greg Council's finally doing something right.
Foul ball, as it's no one on base. The Brewers were up 1-0.
I guess he decided to change things up today since we've already took the series. He's like, well, let's just change some stuff up.
Nice. Now
he's taking the series, but he needs all the wins he can get, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. That's the problem.
They need to sweep this final batch of games potentially, because
the Reds can really help you with
we appreciate that. Thank you. Now,
on a fun note, did you hear what Joey Votto did? Was it this past week?
I love that.
Nice.
Yes.
Go ahead and describe it.
Yeah, he went into the stance. So he's out for the season because his shoulder surgery. I can't remember the exact thing, but he's out. So he went into the stands and was just talking to fans, signing autographs,
that's so
taking
cool.
selfies.
He gets it.
It makes it a real bummer when you're at work and you're like, I could have been at the Reds game with Joey Votto in the stands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that was like super, like your biggest name on your team almost, just going in the stands. I mean, how cool is that?
That's very cool.
Milwaukee has a history with Joey Votto as well, because I think the Brewers have set a record for most home runs robbed in the deepest part of center field.
Yep, the center field
against one player.
Yep. Yes.
Oh man.
Carlos Gomez did it to him. Lorenzo Cain did it to him.
He did.
I think Cain did it.
I think so. Now I remember. I think he did it once.
I want to say Gomez did it to him twice.
Yeah, he
Yes.
did.
When playing center field, and every time, I mean, like the first time I remember Gomez was like, "Does he have the ball? He doesn't have the ball." And then Gomez is like, "Yeah, got it here, got it here."
And Votto just goes tip of the cap.
Yeah.
And the second time he was like, "What do I have to do?"
That center field, it always makes me nervous when a deep ball's hit out there because you can't really tell, especially on TV, whether it's going to get robbed or if it's gone and it's hitting that back wall.
And there's like, it almost comes to a point, maybe not quite, but it's like really, really deep. Like it's not just like a.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's 402.
More nasty curveballs from Peralta, just dropping almost to the ground, forcing swinging strikes, 2-1 count with 2 out, nobody on. Now, my enjoyment of Hallmark Channel, I get into some of the movies sometimes. I do. You'll vouch for that.
Yeah, well, I'll mostly show him like a few scenes from like ones that are like really my favorites, but the one we watched together was Always Amore, with Autumn Reeser and Tyler Hines. That actually premiered on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. So it really was not your typical kind of light and fluffy fall in love movie. It was much more, had more serious undertones. It wasn't a mystery, but it had more serious undertones because it was dealing with a widow and saving and basically saving the restaurant that her husband, who was a chef, had started. And it was Always Amore, meaning the family was Italian. But it was very deep. It was very deep. And, it wasn't like so much a romantic movie as it was really how the two main characters came together to form a true partnership, both in saving the restaurant and as friends.
Nice.
And that they could trust, like she could trust someone again. Like it really didn't go into the love story. It was more showing how the love story began. But it was very powerful kind of, it was a very powerful film. It was a very good film.
It was amazing. And I'll usually catch like probably 4 or 5 a year with you. We'll sit down.
I would not say that.
I would say that.
Really part of.
Maybe part of. And not like I don't expect him to watch Hallmark movies.
Yeah, so I enjoy some of the movies. I love that she loves those movies because they're really sort of an extension of her personality.
Yeah, yeah.
Of her caringness, her kindness, her genuineness. We've got a walk now for the Reds as they have a run around first and 2 out. Aquino getting to first base. But I also do have some fun, not too much fun at the Hallmark Movies expense.
Yes.
Not too often.
Yes, he does love to.
But I'll
joke around.
Right. And typically not too bad. But when there's something called the Hallmark movie drinking game.
I knew he was
there is.
Yeah, seriously.
And I will read the top to you as Matt Reynolds comes to the plate.
Oh, he has it up here.
Yep.
Okay.
Take a drink when a character's name is related to Christmas, such as Holly, Nick, Chris, etc. Runners now on first and second after a single by Reynolds. Take a drink when someone disses fake Christmas trees.
Oh.
Take a drink when, I'll just do some of these. You see an ugly sweater or tie. Take a drink when a big city person is transplanted to a small town. Finish your drink when the Christmas cynic is filled with holiday spirit. Finish your drink when it starts snowing on Christmas. Take a shot when you spot Candace Cameron Bure, Lacey Chabert, or Danica McKellar. Or take a shot when the main characters fall in love. Kid, only for orange juice for you.
That would be a lot of drinking.
Okay, so how do you feel about this? I no longer put up a Christmas tree, and my Christmas tree before that was fake.
Austin, don't mind some of the plate. Keep going.
Well, a few years ago, my son started putting up the Christmas tree in like August or something. He always loved to put together the Christmas tree. I don't know. It feels like a big real life puzzle, right? We always have had a fake one. You have the colors and you put them in. Well, it was August. I'm like, what are you doing? So I was like, well, you can put it up in the basement if you want. So it has stayed up in the basement for like 4 years.
Wow.
Where'd you go?
I got it.
There you go.
So I take that, not only do I have a fake Christmas tree, but I don't even put it up anymore.
Nice.
So,
well, that's okay.
Before we moved, I had a Christmas tree that we got a fake one, and it had like the lights, right?
Uh-huh.
You can change the color. We took
a fancy one.
So we took off the ornaments after Christmas, but I kept it up. And so if it was a Bucks game day, I just turned it green.
We literally well, let's back up.
Okay.
So I got to back up to the beginning of this story. So we had we still have it. We have like a 4-foot table Christmas tree that we had. Ever since he was
way to get out of the inning.
Little.
Easy grounder, going to the third, 1-0 Brewers lead.
Because when we go for Christmas, typically we go to West Virginia.
Right.
So we never really we could get a live tree, but we just
but we didn't. The live tree is always in Charleston.
My mom always has a live tree, so. So yes, we always had the little tree, and then Christmas 2020, we, had to stay home, and it was the week of Christmas, and I think we ended up canceling.
Yeah.
Kind of at the last minute for various reasons, not with COVID and other things. I forget all of the circumstances, but so we were oh my gosh, it was, if we're just going to be the three of us at home, we really need to try to have fun. And so I sent Jay out on with the task of getting an artificial Christmas tree. And he went to a couple of different stores, kept striking out. And then you finally at Meijer, went to customer service to ask about one, and they walked back with you and said, would you like this display tree? Regularly marked at $300.
Oh.
Yes. And so they're you can, they're we'll give it to you for $70.
$70.
$70. And so, yeah, it has the remote control. It has all these crazy settings, like some which are like totally overstimulating.
but
he loves it.
Yeah, so I just kept it up, and now.
So hold on.
Okay.
So, but we didn't have anywhere to really put it. So he's like, I'll keep it in my room.
What a great solution, huh?
It was just constantly lit up, and then when we moved, we put it away, and then at Christmas it comes out, but on Sundays it lights up Packers green.
Yep.
Whatever the color might be, it always is lit for whoever's playing.
Andrew McCutcheon up to the plate at the top of the third inning. It's 1-0 Milwaukee as they try and extend their lead in a very critical game for playoff contention. We are Sorgy Stories. We are celebrating Carrie, Mommy's birthday, Anthony, Daddy, Jay by real name. We are joined by Reds fan Crystal, joining us in Ohio, and we've got a comment about that lovely Hallmark drinking game from Silver Mountain. Man, you can get bombed real quick with that game.
Yes, that is why I could never ever play that game, because I'd be gone within no time.
But in moderation, it is your birthday. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So here's what I hear about your fabulous light up Christmas tree story. It's a new version of a Hallmark plot. So small girl can't go back to small hometown. It's 2020 version. Big city, love of her life, goes shopping, and they have some of those like Christmas tree shopping things.
Yes.
Big city version is at the grocery store or the big box store. Come home with a display. See, it's just a different version.
There you go. Oh, there it is.
Wisconsin beer. Wisconsin beer.
Jay surprised me. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if I've had Leinenkugel since we moved here. I've had it at the baseball. I've had it at like the Phillies games.
Yeah, they have a sponsorship.
Yeah, I've had a lot of the ballparks have Leinenkugel.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
we
the
found
Mets.
it in Arizona.
In Philly, they actually had I think it's like the
Liney Lodge.
No, that's Milwaukee.
So yes, Barry. I like Summer Shandy, but Barry Weiss is my number one.
Number one, okay.
But yeah.
Okay, so what are birthday family traditions for Sorgy? The Sorgy family, what traditions do you have on your birthday?
My tradition is I'm always in West Virginia for my birthday.
Yeah, that's it. Well, his birthday
on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but yeah, we always go to West Virginia for Anthony's birthday.
What? I'm trying to think of what you choose.
I don't really necessarily have a big one. It's in early December, so
usually our thing for him is just whatever sports game is on, we just sit down and watch it.
Nice.
Like back in, it would have been 2020, right? We saw Marquette, Wisconsin.
Yes, that night when Marquette won the game on a buzzer-beating last-second shot to upset the Badgers. We'll take that.
But yeah, so that's
yeah. I don't know that I have something that every year I have to do. Like it's just like more every year kind of what do I want to do?
Yeah.
So, Christian Elch coming up 2 outs, Milwaukee up 1-0 top of the third.
If my maternal grandmother was still living, she would often make a cake for the grandchildren's birthdays called a grandmommy sheet cake.
Oh.
We called it grandmommy sheet cake, and she would sometimes, if our birthdays were in the summer, maybe early fall, she had an old ice cream maker.
Oh.
And she would make chocolate ice cream. So yeah, but other than like that, yeah, we didn't really.
I wish I would have known you back then.
Well, you can make it happen. I mean, like you made the Christmas tree happen.
Yeah.
You can.
All that matters. 2 things. What are your favorite birthday traditions for when you have your birthday? And 2 fake or real Christmas trees. Tell us.
Oh, yes. Okay, so can I tell you my birthday traditions then?
I was just about to ask you.
So in my family, they're silly, I guess, more than anything. And I don't know where this started, but from my side of the family and my birthday, and we still do it like with my husband and son, when we sing happy birthday, we turn off every light in the house.
Nice.
On our candles. And my son loves that, so we still continue it. My birthday's 2 days after Christmas, so I get the holiday thing, Anthony. Okay. And my mom makes me a cheesecake for my birthday instead of like a birthday cake. And typically, if I'm home at my parents' house for Christmas, that we have our big Christmas dinner with cheesecake for dessert and a sheet cake for my brother's birthday, who's 3 days before Christmas. So that's kind of how we celebrate it now.
Okay.
Next year, when my birthday is on Thanksgiving, my birthday wish is going to be, let me watch football. Give me some pizza and let me watch football, and we're going to chill.
Nice.
Okay, so because for Thanksgiving, I go to my parents a lot, which is only an hour and a half from your grandma's, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to come down and I'm going to show you what I think you should do for your birthday, which is what I want to do one time, is like put up 3 or 2 TVs in the room.
Yes.
And just scan between them all. Like during March Madness, when there's like 3 games.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Like I need multiple TVs. So
I wish March Madness had the feature that MLB TV has where you can watch up to 4 games at once on MLBTV.com.
Yeah, but imagine them on whole TVs.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
okay. During March Madness, I do have one on my TV, one on my tablet, and one on my computer.
Yep.
Because
so I'm making plans for next year. I'm going to find
nice.
my account.
The only thing is, what would be happening on Thanksgiving? I mean, you have there are only 3 NFL games, so there wouldn't be much competing.
College games.
You have the Egg Bowl, which is at night on Thanksgiving.
Yes, there is a football game nicknamed the Egg Bowl.
Yeah, that is true.
Mississippi versus Mississippi State every year.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of football, though, Tua Tagovailoa has exited with a head injury.
The dude who threw 6 touchdowns for Miami last week is out with a major injury
from the Bills. He is questionable to return, and also Quentin Williams of the Jets he was separated on the sideline away from his coach Robert Saleh.
Ooh. During your Bengals game.
Yeah, during the Jets-Bengals game.
Man, John Jansen, Devin Singletary doing good, but he is on your bench. That is always interesting when you get some sort of an argument on the field as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, Brewers up 1-0. When there's an argument on the field between 2 players or between a coach and a player that's in the heat of the moment, and people think, right? Oh, there's this huge issue. No! Like say if you got on me for not doing the dishes and you really let me have it during one of these live streams, and people think publicly, oh, they've got a bad marriage going on. When it was just me being a bonehead, not doing what I'm supposed to do, but I'm blessed that she loves me like crazy anyway.
Yeah, or like in a football game or a game, an athletic competition, it's intense. You're competitive. Yep. You're like up here with your emotions. So anything can trigger it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm going to hope that I can log into ESPN on my tablet, so maybe I can look at my fantasy lineup.
Ashby is in the game. Oh, some high cheese. Ooh. Did he get hit? I don't think he got hit, but he tumbled. Friedel at the plate. The pitch went close to Friedel. Didn't hit him, I don't think, unless it got it. No, but it was like within 6 inches of his chin.
Oh wow!
Bengals up 20-6 on the Jets.
Oh yes, okay. The Bengals needed this.
Silver Mountain, I can appreciate the simplicity of just the top of the tree. Just bringing up the top of the tree, having a nice little place for it, decorating it. I'm all about, less is more.
They're checking to see if if it actually did hit Friedel
with
that pitch.
With our tree, more is more.
Yes. Our tree. You even named our tree.
We did name the tree.
Rosho Nesterovich.
After the former very bad journeyman NBA center.
Rosho Nesterovich.
As C.A. Smith would call him way back in the day.
Okay, so Anthony, do you guys name your cars? If you named your
Oh, yeah. Oh, both of our cars are named.
Yes, we do.
I named hers when I was 5. It's Silly Lady Bluey.
Silly Lady Bluey.
And his is named Willie.
Yeah, so Silly and Willie.
Okay. So I drive a van, an old van, blue, because my son would always hit cars when he would open car doors. So I was like, listen, we're getting a minivan. We got to solve this problem. I was real stressed one day, and I kind of scraped a white pillar that was protecting a gas station, and my van is blue, and I've nicknamed it Van Go. Like
excellent. Friedel.
And when my husband swiped the other side on something white, it's now White Lightning by Van Gogh is its full name.
White Lightning by Van Gogh.
Excellent.
Sorry,
Friedel
I love
was
it.
ruled to be hit by the pitch, so he was going to first.
Oh, it was ruled he was hit by the pitch. Okay.
They ruled that,
And
so he's
then
on
my
first,
other-
nobody out.
My
So,
other vehicle. Oh, go ahead.
Are you a believer in a retaliatory high pitch to say don't do that again, sort of like the players policing themselves, if you will?
It's an old school rule, and I do kind of like old school baseball, but sometimes I think it gets carried too far. I don't know.
Go ahead.
That's the cautious person in me. That's the no. Let's all play nice.
I'm the kind. I like the new stuff. Like I swing on 3-0 and all that kind of stuff. I don't. Especially swinging on 3-0 when people get hit for that. I'm like, it's a free strike at the least.
I mean, to me, it's like, how do you handle it?
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said about allowing the players to police themselves, as we have a high chopper that's going to be the first out of the inning while Friedel advances to second. I think if say the Reds throw a pitch 75 miles an hour, it's thrown at a guy's ankles and it hits him, or it's not going to do too much damage, it sends the message. It says, don't do it again. But now we've had 1 for 1. No one's actually really gotten hurt. It's okay.
Yeah.
I think as long as it's to that extent and players realize it, and then there's not going to be anything bench clearing after that, that's fine.
Yeah, I like that. Because sometimes, they'll give a warning after the first pitch, after the first, maybe not intentional hit by pitch. Then you can't police like they normally do, right? Police themselves. So I do like that after the each team has had their shot, I guess.
Yeah. By the way, Alan Ashby in the game now for Freddie Peralta. Aaron Ashby. Sorry. Alan Ashby played back, I think, with the Astros back in the 80s.
What about
They did that again.
Never mind. I was thinking something else.
John Jansen, Cardinals, 2 Navy caps, road and Sunday home, but no Navy jersey. The Cardinals could do Navy.
Yeah, they could.
They could do Navy.
And guess who's joining us?
Walking with Tamsin from Scotland.
Nice.
How you doing?
Oh.
Ground ball, second out. But yeah, that is so cool for you popping in. How's Hearts doing? How's your squad in the Scottish Premier League? What are we watching? Cricket. That's awesome.
Nice.
That is the British game. The British game. Although I think Rounders was more sort of the closest British cousin to baseball, I think. Outstanding, Tamsin. Thank you.
What time is it in Scotland?
Is it?
This is a devoted fan we have here.
Is this like 7 something, Tamsin? Is it accurate? 7 o'clock in the evening? Oh. 2 wins in Europe for Hearts. Hello.
8 p.m.
Almost 8 o'clock. So around 7:30 your time on the closer to 7:40 your time. PM. Nice. Now, the Scottish Premier League, Tamsin probably gets sick of me mentioning this, but the two teams that everyone around the world knows, at least in football or soccer circles, however you want to call it, are Celtic and Rangers. They go to war with each other, literally. Think of, now you live in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is your biggest sports rival there? Would be, I would assume, Michigan, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, so Michigan. Yep, that team up north. If you were a real Ohio State fan, you don't even say Michigan. You say that team up north.
In comparison to Celtic Rangers, you would be taking the hand of Michigan fans and singing Kumbaya.
Oh.
There are fights and stabbings.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
Okay, the reason I've been on her phone this entire time is because my dad wouldn't work. I finally have my fantasy football up. I'm absolutely destroying Nick right now. Sorry, Nick, if you're watching. I'm winning 89.6 to 21.3. Josh Allen currently has 15 points for me. Jonathan Taylor with 4. Devontae Adams with 11. Stephon Diggs with 10. Mark Andrews with 22. Nick Chubb had 17 Thursday night. And Evan McPherson, 9 points for Cincinnati.
Yes.
And I still have the Chargers defense to play. Nick, meanwhile,
third out of the inning, a tag of a runner trying to get home.
Has no what was I gonna say? Oh, Justin Herbert will be starting for Nick at 4 o'clock. Same for Austin Eckler, but Justin Jefferson, 3 points so far. Michael Pittman with 3. TJ Hawkinson with 10. DeAndre Swift with 4.
He's going to run off the whole schedule.
That's it.
John Jansen, go Diggs in my fantasy team, he says.
And I was just going to say, Packers being gay, still have to play. It's only like a 7-man lineup, 8-man lineup.
Walking with Tamsin. Looks like Hearts may qualify for the next round of, is this Europa League?
I'll be right back.
Or I don't think this is the Champions League. This is Europa, right? And you're playing Fiorentina of my ancestral homeland of Italy. Ruh-roh. We got issues. Although Florence really isn't necessarily the hometown area of where we're from. As my family mainly came from either Avezzano, Abruzzo, which is a bit east of Rome, or in Sicily, which is where my other Italian relatives came from. And you don't mention the words Rangers or Celtic to the kids until they turn 10 years old. Smart move.
Wow.
Smart move. Yes. We in America are a bit nicer with our sports rivalries, although Pitt, West Virginia can get a little bit issuey.
And it cannot, not for me and not for me.
Yeah, we're nice.
Personally,
we're kind.
But we have good family friends who are Pitt fans. So, but yeah, generally speaking, it can get pretty dirty between WVU Pitt fans.
Trying to.
And the UC University of Cincinnati Xavier rivalry. Of course, we had that unfortunate incident 8 years ago where they couldn't even finish the game. There was a brawl on the court.
Oh my
right.
gosh!
Yeah,
that's bad.
Yeah, but
that explains the champion. Keep going.
I'm now watching the Bengals. My TV's getting good reception now.
Nice.
Just in time for halftime.
Excellent. So we have a doubleheader of Cincinnati sports. Now, they've been able to play the Skylines Chili Shootout, correct?
Yeah, they moved it to like a neutral location, the US Bank Arena.
That's right.
Now it's back on campuses. So,
man, that type of intra-city, interconference rivalry game in college sports is so much fun. Much fun. I mean, I think about, for example, Marquette, Wisconsin in basketball, which is a massive rivalry, but they're in different conferences. and it's usually a pretty even battle. Imagine if Cincinnati had a roof on Great American Ballpark where the Brewers and Reds are playing right now.
Yeah.
Or if you put a roof on whatever you now call Paul Brown Stadium. And would they sell out one of those stadiums for that game?
Okay, cool.
What's that?
Do I think they would? Yeah. I think they would.
They would sell out, I think, Marquette, Wisconsin, if they played that game at Miller Park or American Family Field. That's a Final Four-like atmosphere. And I really hope someday
Is it?
Make that move. Really hope they do that. It's 1-0 Brewers. We're in the fourth inning. High pop fly, scraping the building that houses EW Scripps and Company before Reynolds catches it for the first out. What's the name of that tower in Cincy?
The one with the crown-looking thing on it? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know the names very well down there.
Devonta Smith of the Eagles had an 156-yard first half.
Woo!
And he has a Batman cape on, apparently, at halftime.
I'm just trying to think of how Vince Lombardi would act if one of his players had a Batman cape.
Yeah.
They would not have a Batman cape much longer. Guarantee. Now, your hometown, Crystal, and your hometown are like a 3-hour drive from each other.
Like an hour and a half.
Yeah, not even
That's
that.
right.
Yeah, an hour and a half. Yeah, she mentioned that earlier.
Especially when they increased the interstate speed back in the 90s. 55 to 70, and boy, I could get to Charleston much faster.
Nice.
Now, even more of a midpoint between you two. This may need to be a meetup spot.
Okay.
Hillbilly Hot Dogs. You ever been there?
No, I've not heard of this.
You haven't heard of that?
No, I mean, I've heard of the hot dog, like the West Virginia way to have a hot dog. And when I'm in person, we had a whole discussion about there's like ways, and I wanted to make a whole master's thesis out of this. I asked him what counties do what anyway, but I've not. Is there a place called Hillbilly Hot Dogs?
There is.
I must go.
We did a video there.
Yeah, they went. I have not been there, but they have been.
Well, I'm gonna research this after, and I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah, well, we should meet there. We will have to make it a date.
Yes.
Check out the vid that we just put on our link.
It's just in this tiny town in West Virginia.
Wait,
it's this world. Thank you. It's this world famous spot.
Literally, people come from around the world to have their hot dogs. It is that well respected, that well renowned. Guy Fieri called it one of the top 10 places. Brousseau just struck out as the Reds now have 2 out in the top of the fourth. And the Brewers are bringing up Luis Urias to the plate. It was one of Guy Fieri's top 10 diners, drive-ins, and dives locations.
Top 10?
Top 10.
Forever.
Wow.
Ever.
Wow.
In his series. Yes.
Really?
Top 10.
Huh.
Well, we need to go. I mean, yeah.
Absolutely.
Perfect Thanksgiving food. Okay, last question before I go. You probably didn't expect me to be on here this long. You should have kicked me out a long time ago.
Oh, you're fine.
We thank you for staying as long as you can and want.
Oh, this is fun. So much fun. Okay, so what is a big West Virginia Thanksgiving tradition or Christmas? Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Oh.
Lasagna. Yeah.
Wow. Gosh, I feel so boring. Like
or Sorgi family tradition.
Ooh.
Oh, well, that's a different question. I mean,
You go first.
so let me back up. So So growing up, one of the traditions, which
Going to the bottom of the fourth?
which my mom, for age and health reasons, hasn't been able to continue. So I will have to pick up the pace at some point. But growing up, both my grandmother and her traditionally made dozens of Christmas cookies, like all varieties. You would come to my grandma's on Christmas Eve and there would be chocolate fudge, peanut butter fudge. There would be chocolate chip cookies, cut out cookies with sprinkles. There would be 7-layer cookies, snickerdoodles, peanut butter cookies.
Oh.
I mean,
I can get behind.
No, I didn't.
You said peanut butter fudge.
I said peanut butter fudge. Yeah. I can't even think of all of the varieties, but luckily one of my uncle's wife, she, after my grandma passed, she took all of her recipes and compiled them and copied them. So I have all of them, but like, that's probably, I mean, my grandmother was very traditional. And so like there was always a ham or a turkey for Christmas Eve, like maybe Christmas Eve would be ham, and scallop potatoes. And we have like a kind of a broccoli rice casserole recipe that's like very much kind of more of a more of that I think that my family is known for. And Christmas Day, I think, was typically more like the turkey and mashed potatoes and green beans and cranberry sauce and stuff like that.
Your grandmother actually got me to like green beans.
Yeah, she did.
She did.
Yeah, from the farmer's market. She didn't grow them herself, but she canned them. But yeah, I just remember like mainly the main Christmas tradition I remember is just the Christmas cookies.
Lots of Christmas cookies. I mean, a tradition I can get behind, like I said.
10,000%.
Now the big thing that we do like I do with my grandma's cutouts.
Yeah, Anthony's always
Cookie cutouts.
Cut out cookies.
And I met your grandma, a lovely woman.
Yeah, thank you. She enjoyed meeting you and your son as well.
Yes, well, we'll have to do it again at Hillbilly
Yes.
Dogs.
By far.
Absolutely.
I will also have to have you taste test. I haven't made them for years, but one of the other major Sorgi family traditions from my side of things. Yes, we would do for both Thanksgiving and Christmas traditional turkey and all that stuff, but we would also make traditional Italian dishes.
Oh yes, I have been thinking for a long time I want to taste your traditional Italian food.
Somewhere we have to dig up the original recipe for fettuccine Alfredo that my grandfather got from Rome, from Alfredo himself at the restaurant.
Oh, yes. Okay, you better start looking.
That's long-term shot to left field. That's going to drop in for a single for the Reds to lead off at the top of the fourth inning. But the other two things, I don't know how to make my mom's spadini, which is a really thin cut of beef that's wrapped with breadcrumbs and cheese and herbs.
It's very good.
It's very insanely good.
Sounds good.
Insanely. I think your dad, even enjoyed it.
I think he did. Yeah, I think you're right.
And God rest his soul, fantastic man. He was a picky eater.
He was.
Oh.
But he enjoyed it. But the one that I have been able to master is arancini, rice balls.
Oh, yes. I think I saw a video about that. And I was like, must try rice balls.
I didn't make them, but we discussed them. I learned how to make my grandmother's recipe.
They're amazing.
They're absolutely great.
And you even came up with your own kind of twists, like alternate recipes, like they're different from your grandmother's.
Yeah, like a version with prosciutto and cheese, which you went off on,
and like a vegan,
a vegan version for my sister, because she will not eat any type of meat or dairy product. So I figured out a way to use, instead of egg as a binder, sweet potato puree.
Oh,
they were amazing. All of them
Awesome.
were amazing.
Yeah, they were great.
So we'll have to schedule a time for you to come out here, or if heaven forbid your mom lets me cook and make them in your kitchen, because it can be dangerous.
Well, it's messy.
It's messy.
It's really messy.
And
really messy.
And the alarms will go beep,
The
beep,
fire
beep,
alarms.
beep, beep, and it's insane.
Yes, but it's worth it, ideally with the taste at the end.
Mm.
And would love to have you.
Oh,
So
would love to.
check when your Reds are playing the Phillies here in town. We'll set it up.
Yes.
And the schedule is out.
Yeah, the schedule is
Oh,
out.
is it? See, I'm so out of
She's so-
like me. I got to get back on the bandwagon.
Check the Reds schedule. We'll figure something out.
Thank you so
Yes.
much for joining us, Crystal.
Yes.
Thank you for having me on Sorgy Stories, my favorite channel on YouTube.
Anytime, my
I'll
friend.
catch y'all later. Happy birthday.
All right. Thank you, Crystal. Have a great
Thank
day.
you. We are sticking around as Crystal has to step out, but we thank you, Crystal. You are such an awesome friend of our family. You are
Yes.
fantastic. This is our happy birthday episode
Oh.
for Carrie,
Thank
love
you.
of my life.
No.
The woman called Anonymommy before she chose not to be anonymous anymore as the Brewers get the lead runner at second, but they cannot complete the double play in time as Lopez advances to first in the fielder's choice. So 1 out in the 4th inning.
Also, if between like when I go out and come back, I'm being slow, it's because like when I went to get the jersey, I had to go up to my room, and yesterday I hurt my leg a little, like by my ankle. So I'm like I'm not really limping, but I'm like half kind of limping. I'm like kind of like this. It's like,
Ooh.
yeah, it's not good.
Jansen,
It works. It works.
we did not mention you earlier. A new tournament below the Europa League. You're in that. So sort of the third level of European international club footy or soccer, as we might call it here in the States. All right, who's that guy wearing Eric Davis's number for the Reds?
44?
Aristides Aquino.
Yeah, he had a great rookie year and then fell off.
Eric Davis, he's the kind of guy that I think in Reds history, you don't retire his number, but you don't easily give his number out.
Peralta. Like, why did he go out so early?
Oh.
Peralta?
Yeah.
Look at
He's coming off injury. So either
I see.
either they're just being careful with him or he aggravated it. I don't think he
Got
did.
it. I kind of missed that when the change happened.
As John explains it, is the Europa Conference. It's sort of like in college basketball, the NIT or the CBT, the various.
The CBT.
Not the CBT, no, it's something else.
The NIT.
Well, there's the NCAA, there's the NIT, and then there's some sort of weirdly named tournament that's.
For those of you who don't know, NIT stands for not in tournament.
No, it doesn't.
I'm
It's
kidding.
a national invitational tournament. It was the precursor to the NCAA. They would play the final 4 rounds of it at Madison Square Garden. It was insane. It was like the unofficial national championship before the NCAA decided ours is going to be bigger.
Yeah.
So, but we are celebrating as we are watching Brewers-Reds. Your favorite team that's not a West Virginia team, I think, probably.
Yes.
Our Brewers taking on the Reds. We're more in a baseball mode today because it's your sport. It's the sport that inspired this kid to love, that led to our road trips, that led to this channel existing.
And fouled off.
Man.
And as John said, as we figured, third tier.
It is the third tier of European soccer. Now, as we've evolved as a family and gone to more games, I've come to realize more and more, and you saw us have a fun conversation, a relaxing conversation as we were watching the game, which is what baseball allows. As now Aquino advances on a walk to set up first and second, so you'll have a forced play at any base with 1 out. But now the lead run is on at first. Baseball is much more of a conversational sport for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that sometimes you don't want conversation when we go to a Brewers game. You want to pay attention to the game.
Yeah, I mean, typically at baseball games, especially Brewer games, I'm pretty chill, laid back, chit-chatting with friends, family, whatever. But we ended up getting seats the night that it was Dodgers Brewers, Miller Park. Clayton Kershaw was up against Jimmy Nelson.
And the year that Jimmy Nelson was a Cy Young candidate.
Yes. And we had seats out in left field. Left field bleachers. And we were sitting was like a straight shot to the mound. And ended up being a pitching duel into like what, the sixth inning?
Beyond.
Was it beyond the sixth inning?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was intense, and I was just completely, focused on this game, especially because I am not more than the Brewers, not more than cheering for the Brewers ever, but Clayton Kershaw's Clayton Kershaw, right? So this is I hadn't remembered when we went out to LA that I hadn't remembered. I was like, what? It's like 8 months pregnant.
Yep.
I was 8 months.
8 months pregnant.
It was 7, like more 7.
No, it was like early August.
It was early August. Okay.
So you were about 5.5, 6 months.
5.5. Anyway, we went to Dodger Stadium and Kershaw pitched, which I had no memory of.
Your second stadium for Brewers game.
But when he was pitching that night, I was completely locked in, completely tunnel vision. I was into this game 110%.
Yes, she was.
And so he's sitting next to me and it's like, hey, like, how was your day? And like wanting to make small talk. And I'm like, it was fine. Like, I was trying to be polite, but I was like, it was fine. It was fine. And then he just keeps kind of nudging me and wanting to chit chat. And I think I kind of lost it a little bit.
You did.
I lost it a little bit, which I don't typically do with him. I am a pretty patient person, but that night I was like, I just want to watch the game. Like,
let me watch this game.
Do you not see what's happening? Like this is important. Like, I'm into this. Like, I do not want to talk.
Oh, it's how I'm feeling right now with it basically loaded one out. Come on, Ashby. Come on.
I thought that was last weekend, John. I thought that was
last
last weekend.
No, that's where Pools hit 700 Friday.
So yes, my husband learned that day.
Oh no, sorry. I thought you were saying next weekend. Okay,
No.
I can't think. Sorry, I'm tired.
Oh yeah, this weekend. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Jay learned very quick that he needs to pay more careful attention to how intense I am, how much I'm focused on a game.
She can get intense. She can get intense. And if it gives you a picture as well, I've told the story before on the channel, but for those of you who didn't hear it, the first year we're married, 2007, the fall of 2007, West Virginia makes the Fiesta Bowl that year.
Mm.
And it was the game where Rich Rodriguez had been the coach of the Mountaineers, had gotten them to within a game of playing for a national title, and said they go to the Fiesta Bowl, and then he leaves for the University of Michigan.
Oh, I thought that was in 2009.
No, it was 2007.
Okay.
And Bill Stewart, the assistant coach, takes over. I'm working the morning show the next day after New Year's Day, January 2nd. I'm working the morning show, so I've got to go to bed early. The Fiesta Bowl kicks off at like 8 o'clock Central Time or something like that. I knew you were going to wake up. You're going to stay up and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
She had on my West Virginia football jersey. She was well imbibed, probably. Not too much.
Well, I don't remember drinking
In
any
moderation.
alcohol. I didn't have any alcohol that night. What are you talking about?
You didn't? Okay.
No.
But either way,
it's crazy.
she woke me up at least twice with her screaming.
I was not going to be quiet. As I said, I'm typically not that way. Like, this side of me just, I don't know where it comes from, but that night I was like, I'm cheering on my team. I love him, but I don't care. I was just.
That's usually the reverse.
It is. Well, not that you don't care. I mean,
Right.
You're not usually like that.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you usually are the one who's more cheering your teams and stuff. But
Yeah.
but yes, I did unapologetically wake him up.
But I have to say, Bill Stewart's speech.
Go check that out.
That game. Check that out after the stream. The Leave No Doubt speech.
Leave No Doubt. Bill Stewart Fiesta Bowl. Look that up. 2-2 count now. Ashby with the bases loaded, 1 out. Oh, dude, this is a pressure cooker. Come on.
Come on, Aaron.
Please.
Come on.
Please. Please.
Do your job, man. Do your job.
As you're sitting back. Did you just hit him? Did you just hit him and walk and bring in a run? This is like a repeat of when Christian Watson dropped that pass 2 weeks ago in the Packers game.
Oh,
I'm reacting that way, and the game's tied 1-1.
Except you didn't go yelling and screaming this time.
Right.
Which I wish you would have. That would have gotten views like the Christian Watson one.
Oh, man, no.
No, the Christian Watson thing did get a lot of views.
It did. About really 1,500 people happened to watch that one.
Yeah. It's true. It got a lot of views.
It's all about the title, though.
Yeah.
I know.
Packers fan loses it.
She didn't really.
Popped up. Beautiful.
Well,
Second half.
He
would have had that the previous.
Did.
Yeah.
He kind of lost it. He was just like, how can you drop that?
It wasn't just that. But it was the screams, though. Because the screams sold it. When you go, ah! Wait 10 seconds. Ah! I didn't do that purposely, like I was acting, but yeah, that's pretty accurate. I mean, I didn't swear, kept it G-rated,
and there goes counts to the mouth.
Oh man,
he regretted that quick.
Eric Allen's joining you at CBP, Citizens Bank.
Oh, actually, okay. Baseball fashion discussion.
Bye, Ashby. Hope you find your dad.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Go find Alan Ashby.
Aaron.
I know. I'm saying find Alan Ashby.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
Tied at 1. We're in the 4th inning. Gray pants with a navy blue jersey.
I'll go all navy.
All navy pants?
Oh, yeah. Why the heck not? I like wearing navy.
Yellow pants?
You only wear yellow pants with yellow jersey. So then you look like a lemon.
Thoughts?
What? Thoughts?
We're talking fashion.
Sorry. Thoughts on
the Brewers navy blue jersey, like what he has on.
With gray pants, because they wear gray pants with it.
I love it.
You like it?
You like
Yeah.
Okay. Would you prefer it with the navy? Would you prefer it with yellow instead?
Pants.
No, I like the gray.
Okay.
So keep the gray road uniform pants and the navy.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Keep the gray.
Okay.
Navy with the gray.
Because I was not a fan of when they used the baby blue Brew Crew jerseys with the gray pants in St. Louis.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't like baby blue with.
Hey, speaking of St. Louis.
Hey, Laura.
How you doing?
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Man, you want to join us? You want to join us in the chat in the vid chat real quick?
If so, let us know. We'll shoot you the link on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Pop in and let us know. Yeah, just mention in the chat.
Yeah.
If you're up for it.
Am I a water guy? I need to go get some water, and I'm probably gonna get another snack.
Could you get some for me too, please?
You want a snack too? Because
I'm sure
Okay.
Daddy's gonna be making pizza here shortly.
Oh, good, because I'm starving. Shut my face off.
Hey,
All I
yeah.
had today is a protein bar and a cookie.
Hey, you can what?
We've had more than
You
that.
had pasta.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You had lunch.
I forgot. I didn't
Silly guy.
I can't think.
Yeah, top of the 5th inning, we're going to start bringing in. You can enjoy the treats with us, at least virtually. We will have pizza. We have 3 different kinds of pizza coming. Italian Papa. Tell us, favorite kind of pizza. Tell us in the chat your favorite kind of pizza. And yes, small stuff, big family. Tell us if you're mention it in the chat if you're able to join us.
Here you are.
Thank you.
And I actually just forgot to fill up my own, so I'm going to go back up.
Jonathan India at the plate with 2 out. Bases still loaded. And Strzelecki is in to try and put out the fire. Oh, man. You have no idea how to do it. You're joining while rushing around getting ready for Wyoming. Ooh.
Yes, I did see that on your Instagram that you have a big family trip. So thank you so much for popping in and saying hi.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
All it would basically be is that we would send you a link to StreamYard, and then you might say carry the video around with your phone, chatting with us while we do that. If you don't want to, that's okay.
You don't even need to have your
It's
video
okay.
on.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
It's absolutely
just appreciate you popping on. Appreciate it.
Another one of the really cool friends that especially you've made.
Yeah,
through
Laura.
Us doing YouTube.
Yes, yeah. Laura with Small Stuff, Big Family, Wife and Mom. We've connected a bit and often try to watch their vids when I can, and I've gotten to know them a little bit and love that recently they have a farm in outside of St. Louis, and their mama pig recently had piglets. Almost, I think we're approaching the 2-week mark now. So that was very exciting. So yeah, it's been fun to get to know them.
And it's sort of even more to get to know you for our audience who doesn't know Carrie or otherwise known previously as Anonymommy too well. You love little pigs. You love pigs.
I do love pigs, yes.
You're a fan of those.
Yes.
And just like Laura from Small Stuff, Big Family, you are a lover of 1990s era country, as we've got a fast throw from short or from third to get the out at first to get the Brewers out of the inning, tied 1-1, going to the 5th.
Oh, thank you, Laura.
Yes, you know the truth, Laura.
Oh, thank you.
You absolutely know that truth. But
yeah, we'll definitely see you next time.
Big time. You are big time a 1990s country fan. I'm going to use that as my segue while you discuss that, and I start the pizza.
And I don't know nothing about 1990s country, so I'm just going to sit right here.
Well, when Laura and I started connecting, I share a lot on my Instagram, which is Carrie Prine Sorgi.
Quick plug.
For anyone interested, I'm mostly like 98% of the time what I share on there is related to country music. And she shared this year her and her husband got tickets to see Reba for the first time, who I have seen in concert twice in my hometown. And so we have that in common. So that's definitely been fun. I love connecting with country music fans. So Vic 2 Productions.
Hey Vic,
thank you so much.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm back.
Yeah,
Vic, that's my boy Vic right there.
Anthony's right here.
I'm right here.
Jay had to step away for a moment.
I was just off screen, actually in the Golden Blue chat. Or as
is he a golden from?
Yeah, he's from the community.
Oh, so glad you enjoyed the Reba show. She's an incredible entertainer. You will not walk away from a Reba show disappointed. That's for sure.
Vic, what did you think about the Georgia game yesterday? That was interesting. I didn't get to watch any of it, but I saw that Kent State gave you all a scare. I'll be right back. I'm just in the middle of finishing something.
Okay. Yeah, Anthony's gonna hop back off screen for a moment. And I think we're at the top of the 5th now? Did we finally get out of the bases being loaded?
Yeah, top of the 5th.
Yes, we're top of the 5th. Brewers and Cincinnati at the Reds. And
I'm going to come right back. Just got to refill my waters. Hydration. Very critical.
Thank you, everybody, for for joining us today. VicTube says, yeah, we did have a struggle win.
Yeah, I saw it.
Excuse my coughing. I have a tickle in my throat. So we have a tie ball game now due to
The walk-in.
Brewers pitcher Ashby giving it up with a hit to the batter in the bottom of the fourth. So when bases were loaded, so thankfully we got out of the rest of that. It's been really nice to just I honestly, like, I typically watch more baseball during the season, but life has just been kind of busy, crazy, and so it's been nice today just to be with my boys and hang out and chill and watch some Brewers baseball.
Also, as the birthday girl who is a Brewers fan,
yes,
I have to put the cheese head on you.
You have to put the cheese head on me.
Screenshot.
Oh my god.
Screenshot.
Okay, well,
there you go. Okay, we got the shot.
Awesome. Okay, that's funny.
Hey.
oh my goodness.
Nice. That's awesome. It is now top of the fifth inning. Do we have a base runner on? Marlo's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy walked, I'm pretty sure.
Tied at 1. I'm taking a guess our pal and Cincinnati sports fan Toll Road is not paying attention to this game as much as he is Bengals and Jets.
Yes.
Probably a safe bet.
Yes.
Because, I mean, the Bengals are a lot better than the Rams. Or, not the Rams, the Reds right now. Sorry, I just give Cincinnati fans flashbacks.
To first, and Victor Caratini is coming up. We have sat pretty much in those exact seats that they're sitting in right now. The two Brewers fans on the screen, like along the third baseline near the Brewers dugout. That's pretty much where we sat when you, little buddy, were with us in stadium number 5 for Brewer.
Yeah, I'll be right. I'll be right there.
We'll say I need to step away
you can step
for a moment,
away.
and I also need to prepare a quick salad.
Okay.
Go dinner. If anyone hops on, I'll be happy to pop back down.
Fantastic. Once I'll need you to come back in, kid, quickly, because then I've got to put the pizzas in the oven.
Okay.
Because it's currently warming up. But we have a very large.
Do you want me to wait till you put the
No,
pizzas
don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Go ahead. We have a very large pizza contingent for today's birthday celebrations. As I center myself here with a shot. I know many of you who are paying attention to this video are going to be much more paying attention to the Packers-Tampa Bay game coming up.
Yeah, in about.
So let us be our second screen for you for that game. As we now have one out and Keston here on second base to 150 feet away from giving the Brewers the lead. And number 15, Tyrone Taylor coming up.
Tyrone. Okay, I'm back.
All right.
Ooh,
Let's go Tyrone with the greatest number in sports history, at least my favorite, number 15. Mommy's number, she's going to be back on her birthday celebration. She's going to be back. Her favorite number is number 12.
And I don't know what my favorite number is.
12, of course, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady and a whole bunch of other quarterbacks.
Tom Brady.
Terry Bradshaw and Joe Namath and a whole bunch of others.
Yeah. You know, you were talking about arancini. Now I'm thinking that I need that for my birthday when I have my party, like, here.
Oh, and you have your party here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to set that up in some sort of fashion. And it's probably safer for me to make them here than it would be to try and do it at your grandma's. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would not be the smartest move.
Oh.
That would not be the smartest of moves. 1-1 count with Taylor. 1 out. Brewers and Reds tied 1-1 in Cincinnati at Great American Ballpark. I love that place.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't think I gave them enough credit in our previous stadium discussions for how cool that place really is.
As we're seeing a home run against the Reds from Tyrone back on September 9th.
In the baby blues, the absolute best of the city jerseys that they've come out with this year.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolute best of them. And he had that level of a swing, and it's going deep to right. Get out! Oh! 5 feet away, but it will advance the runner to third. He thinks. Yep, it did on a sacrifice fly.
Less than 5 feet away. That
now
was
just
right.
90 feet away.
That was literally at the wall. Literally, that was that ball was at the wall.
How close did? I mean, that was just a bomb. And I didn't think initially that it had enough, but I saw the wind carry it. Was it going to carry it enough? And turned around Aquino. Yeah, it was about 5 feet away from being a home run. But just, one of those excruciating moments when you think, here we go. And it's not. Come on, Kutch.
Let's go, Kutch.
Come on, Kutch.
I need to check something.
Does he stay a Brewer next year?
He's a free agent. He's on a 1-year deal.
Do you think he comes back?
Of course he does. He's either retiring or he's coming back.
What are you checking out?
Oh, I'm just looking at the Yankees to see Judge. Oh, they play tonight.
Yeah, it's the Sunday night game.
Well, I should have assumed that, considering,
Yeah. Meanwhile, we have a delay here in Philly because of rain, apparently. And the Phillies are up on the Braves 6-5.
Tight game.
If the Brewers win and the Phillies lose, it means that the Brewers would only be a half game and a tiebreaker behind Philadelphia for the 6th and final playoff spot in the National League with 9 games left after today. That's why this game is so huge. It is the Brewers' last road game of the year. Their final 9 games will be at home. 2 of them are going to be against playoff caliber competition in St. Louis.
Yeah.
The rest should all be very
It's not in
winnable.
St. Louis.
No, of playoff comp.
Oh, I
Meaning,
thought you said in St. Oh,
Right,
I got
right.
you. I got you.
like when you're facing something that's embodied in something. But yeah.
To the 5 of you watching, hope you're well. Let us know how you're doing, where you're chatting from, and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Anonymommy, the birthday girl, will be right back down.
Right. We are breaking out the buffet for this one too. And the shift with the first baseman going almost towards second and having to get the pitcher to run down to first to get McCutcheon,
So
which they
close.
just
That was
did.
tight too. I don't know if they got that.
Oh, Nick Lodolo, yes, a great effort to get to first and beat McCutcheon in the bag. And it means that it is still a 1-1 tie going to the bottom of the 5th.
That was tight.
Man. But I enjoyed Great American Ballpark. I love how close it is to the water. It doesn't have the nice John. We've got a poll going. Brewers 1, Reds 2, Packers 3. But we have, I mean, it's right by the water. It doesn't have necessarily the view of the water that you get from, at least the views that we saw, that you get in Pittsburgh at PNC, but it's still really cool. It's downtown, which gives it a fantastic feel.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it deserves to be higher ranked in a lot of fans' views than it really is.
Yeah.
And I didn't get as much of a chance to see the park with you because you were 2.5, and you just wanted to do
I
this
don't
stuff.
remember anything.
So, but if you go back to the video, let me see if I can find it. And I'll pin it. One of the first things from the chat that we had here. But yeah, I'll pin this here. It's the St. Louis and Moore video. And you can just see some of, at least a description of our trip, where we talk about St. Louis, our trip to Cincinnati, and our trip to see. And I think that's who we really talked about in that video. We didn't really discuss much beyond that. We discussed our trips to Chicago in another video, Detroit in another, and then Pittsburgh, Minnesota, and Philly in another. Those were the baseball trips that we took, the first 10 trips that Sleepyhead and I took before we started YouTubing.
Yes, John, from St. Louis.
Absolutely. We have been to St. Louis. We talk about when he was 22 months, and I took him to a Brewers-Cardinals game when he was 22 months old, and that was the birthplace, at least the public knowledge birthplace, of Ketchup Face. He loved ketchup.
You love ketchup to this day.
Still. 1 out. All right. Keep this damage down so we can take the lead coming up. Wow, that was a very athletic play by Lodolo as we watched the replay to get to the bag before McCutcheon. Not expecting it to necessarily happen, but they were so overshifting.
CJ in the house.
CJ.
What is
Thanks for
up?
popping in. Mommy stepped out for a second. She is making a salad for our celebratory birthday meal as she turns years old.
He already mentioned it, but yeah.
I know, but I'm not going to bring it up.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to pop the pizzas in the oven. In fact, if you can manage for a little bit, I'll be right back. We got some pizza coming. You're going to like it. Uh-oh. I'll mention this first. We need another trip to St. Louis so he remembers it this time. Yeah. That would be fantabulous. We love to set that up. It's all dependent upon budget and upon your school schedule and my work schedule. Yeah. So it can be very hard to pull all that off, but would love to do it. We always have to sort of keep our priorities of where we're going to games based on that and where we haven't been yet.
Yes, CJ, congratulations.
Firing Collins.
Jeff Collins, the Georgia Tech coach. The Collins era is over in Atlanta. Congrats.
Oh, man. Bobby Dodd's Stadium has been probably a place of a lot of
tears,
angst and anger and pain and tears.
Yeah.
As you put it. I'll be right back.
Oh, 100%, John. Yes, ketchup and nothing else on my hot dog. But we'll pop out there to Tyrone Taylor. CJ, I need some of that magic brought to Morgantown. Get Neil Brown fired. Let's just do that. Okay. Let me see any other sports news that's going through. Nope. Brent Key will be the interim coach. Who do you want to get now, CJ? Are you looking at a Jamie Chadwell, a Charles Huff, a Hugh Freeze, a Tom Herman, a Ed Orgeron, a primetime coach Deion Sanders? Who are you looking at, CJ? Or maybe it's someone else, a coordinator. For example, I mean, he won't be going anywhere because, let's just say that he's going to be stuck in Wisconsin as their head coach. But Jim Leonard will probably be the coach for the Badgers. But, yeah, who wants to – CJ, who wouldn't want to come to a Power 5 school? It's a Power 5 school. It might not be the greatest football program, but that's what a coach is for, is to build that program. So, I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't want to go to Georgia Tech. Big market in Atlanta. ACC. I'd be, if I was a Jamie Chadwell or one of those guys that I mentioned, I'd be going there. Grossi. John, I actually went into their thing earlier. I saw that earlier. Wasn't Jim B a Grossi? Didn't he get Grossi rated, John? I think he did. All time, most homers in a single season, the Brewers and Reds are fourth. Brewers versus the Reds, 44 homers this year. The leader, New York against Baltimore, 61 homers in 2019. But yes, I am gonna kind of step to the side here. Actually, I'm gonna use my own computer. So I can get the score and all that fun stuff.
All right, pizzas 1 and 1A are in. Did I move with something?
No, I was just getting people were asking about the score, so I was just putting it up.
Sweet.
That's all.
Not bad.
Oh, because when Crystal was on, it
was much more about the conversation than the score, though. I was trying to give the occasional play-by-play announcer, radio announcer interruption and give the information as we were going.
I highly doubt that Paul Johnson would come out of retirement. Plus, we have gone in a big circle. Would probably lose most of our staff and players if we started the triple option again. Yeah, I don't think you want to go back to that. But who would?
Is there a team that really uses the triple option?
Georgia Tech did a couple years ago. Yeah, before they hired Jeff Collins, they used the triple option.
Ever since, and I don't know which coach you would say that invented it really, they learned how to use more deception and option in the passing game. That destroyed the need for the wishbone formation in college football and for triple option running to dominate the game.
Yeah.
Unless you play for a service academy.
John, going between Sorgy Stories and Jim B. Jim B and Minnesota Vikings Man 28 are doing Vikings lines. They're both Grossi mods.
Okay.
And who have both been rated. So John was talking about
nice.
that.
One out right now, top of the fifth inning. Brewers and Reds
six.
tied at
It's
1.
sixth
inning.
Okay. My bad.
Man, I've been trying to set up and cook here as we get going, getting the pizzas ready.
As you're down here, I'll be right back.
All right.
As CJ just dropped a comment, I'll let you read that.
Looks like you more than succeeded. Then absolutely you're all in for the option. The triple option running game will never work again probably at a major level in football. It's just simply defenses are too wise to it, and it takes away too much of the passing game, I think, for teams to use it anymore. Back in the 70s, back in the 80s, it was everything. I mean, Oklahoma and Nebraska made it, and Texas won championships with it. It was such a phenomenal formation. This tells you the old man me, if you will, as I go into football history. But, yeah, it just didn't – teams got wise to it, and defenses are too athletic now and too intelligent for it to really be effective anymore. 1 and 2, come on. 2 and 2 count. Oh, Yelich. Come on. Oh, he's had a frustrating season. I mean, he's learned how to become a good leadoff hitter and a great leadoff hitter at times, but he is nowhere near what he was. And I know it's injuries, and I know it's not truly his fault that his game has faltered the way that it has. But it's just frustrating. CJ, Miami losing to Middle Tennessee State. I didn't see the game, but I understand there was a Hail Mary that was involved at the end of the first half. It again tells you just how wild and topsy-turvy college football can be and how little of a difference sometimes there are between the Power Five and the Group of Five, at least in individual games. And now there's talk, of course, about separation of the two. And just to think, I applied for jobs when I was searching for the job that eventually came here in Philadelphia. During that period of time, I was applying for jobs working in communications for Middle Tennessee State. Really. So we theoretically, had I gotten that job, we could have been at that game where they beat Miami. we could have been at that game. Have we seen Adam Wrong song from their bet last year?
No, John. I've never seen Adam from Minnesota Vikings Man 28 before today on Jim B Street. I had no idea who he was. I just knew he was a Rossi mod.
Oh, man. This game is so massive for the Brewers. Hunter Renfroe, the only guy to get the Brewers on the board so far, with a solo shot earlier today. Now, 2 out, nobody on.
Cleveland beat Pittsburgh on Thursday. I'm just looking at these NFL scores.
I will not acknowledge that Cleveland franchise. The franchise that shall not be mentioned because of what they have chosen to do.
Tennessee up on Vegas. Cincinnati up on New York.
Kent State versus Georgia. Oklahoma losing to K-State. Exactly. It's crazy. Bro, when FSU plays them in Notre Dame and Clemson, we will both mop the floor with those clowns. They gave up 45 to a team that only scored 7 to James Madison. Man. And the inning's over on a strikeout. So, a team the Brewers should absolutely not be losing to. They're tied with 1-1 going to the middle of the 6th inning.
Yeah.
This reminds me of that game that I attended with you.
What time of the year was that?
It was late September.
Oh.
You weren't in school yet, so I could take you out.
True.
I can take you down.
And it cost that game specifically cost us the season?
Well, it was one of them that cost the season. Let me go back to the 2012 MLB standings to get the official listing. That year, the Reds won the division. And when it came to the wild card race, the Cards were the number, let's see.
Oh.
We actually lost that race by a few games in the end, but
in the Central
Division.
But CJ says I didn't mean to put Indy, I meant to put and.
Okay. Gotcha. But I remember it was a playoff race, and the Brewers were in it. And I think that game led to their collapse. They just absolutely collapsed after that point. We are waiting for Mommy to return. She's just taking a break right now as she is preparing the only part that I haven't been preparing of her birthday dinner. She wanted pizza. We're making pizza. Yours is first, by the way, buddy. John Jansen saying, Jim B, Minnesota Viking man, made a bet last year. The Lions won, so Adam had to make a short video. You like the video? It's funny. I love YouTube bets like that. Those are some of the most fun. Yeah. Those are some of the most hilariously fun vids. But, man, there was a discussion that I became part of a couple weeks ago about Charles Huff, the coach at Marshall. World-class coach.
Did they win yesterday?
Let me look.
Because they lost against Bowling Green.
I still can't understand how they lost to Bowling Green after beating Notre Dame.
They lost.
And they lost to Troy. Marshall beats Notre Dame.
And then loses to Bowling Green and Troy. Yo, Andrew, what's up?
What the?
What's up? Oh, CJ says, good old Rocky Top, Tennessee beating the Florida Gators. Florida, please keep Billy Napier forever.
Hashtag lifetime extension.
Andrew,
all good, Andrew.
How'd the Birds game go?
How they doing?
Yeah.
They should be in the fourth quarter, I would imagine, right now.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they are
killing
24-2.
Washington's only points are off of safety.
Nice. And they scored all their points in the second quarter.
Wow.
That's fun as the Brewers and Reds are tied here. No outs in the bottom of the 6th. 2-0 count. Got pitching against Lopez. High strike, but they called it a strike. High pitch to call.
What?
And we've got a little bit of antipathy between.
That was a terrible call.
Yeah, it was between Gott and the ump, and Gott has a good point. That was definitely high.
That wasn't.
But the ump called it a
that
strike.
wasn't Gott complaining. That was Lopez.
Okay, sorry, that was Lopez complaining. My bad.
Yeah, scores crazy. Guy is probably happy he gets a strike. Even though that's
very happy. Yes.
Calls.
Yeah. Okay, take two. Need caffeine. Need caffeine. Man.
Oh.
And that umpire happens to have. Oh, it's going to be an out anyway. A little dribblish to second base. So not too worried there. That umpire had sort of longish hair. Not a full mullet.
Yeah.
But sort of longish hair on the back. I'll have to look at who that is. It's not Angel Hernandez. That much we knew. As Aquino comes up with one out.
Look it up on the Twitters.
On the tweeters. Okay. MLB umpire. Umpire Cruz.
I agree. How in the world did Indy lose to Marshall? I guess Rudy was offsides again. You're right. Marshall lost to Bowling Green, who lost to Eastern Kentucky, and Troy isn't that good either. Yes, EJ.
All right. What are the different umpiring crews?
I thought it was called check umpire crews. MLB umpires. There we go. Ump crew.
Ump crew. Okay.
Who
do we have today?
Foul.
Flaky. Today for Brewers-Reds, or today for Brewers-Reds, as I'm talking about.
What is up, Stat Sheet
impersonation?
Sports?
Hey.
Oh man, how you doing? Time to get into Cincinnati's wonderful bullpen. LOL.
Nice. Let's see. Looking for today.
Brewers-Reds.
Chris Guccione.
And then
this guy who made that bad call that helped the
Mark
Brewers.
Carlson, Ryan
Addison,
Addition, and Jordan
Baker. Okay.
How you doing, Stat Sheet Sports? Ready for the Packers game? Happy birthday. Yes, she'll be down in a bit.
She'll be back in a bit. She's working out a piece of dinner that besides the part that I'm taking care of.
Yeah. And I'm just chilling here.
We got to get you into the cooking mode, teach you how to cook. First, we'll teach you how to cook pasta. It's not super hard. Not super hard.
Oh, and
CJ, you believe you're going to have to fire the athletic director, Todd Stansbury, as well after tomorrow's meeting. And Stat Sheet Sports, you've got to do your job later on, so you got to miss the Green Bay Packers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is what we probably would be streaming if it was not Mommy's birthday.
If they are, Stat Sheet Sports, are they putting you on every Sunday now?
I think they understand how much college football is in your blood.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we'll have you the other day.
But are they making you work every Sunday, or are you just still filling in on Sundays?
Yeah, I'm also intrigued by, in Cincinnati, how the advertising on the railing, the padded railing outside the Brewers dugout on the third baseline, as we have a second out, thanks to Tyrone Taylor catching fly ball in right center field. The sponsor is Stuffed Puffs. Stuffed Puffs. What is Stuffed Puffs? Is it like some sort of cereal?
Oh, that's not good. Stat Sheet Sports. The night shift manager had a heart attack, so her and her son aren't able.
Oh my gosh, we're lifting him up.
Yeah. CJ says, I can't believe my local news won't show the Packers-Bucks game.
Going to the seventh inning tied 1-1. Oh my gosh. We are lifting that family up. I'm sorry I didn't see that earlier.
I made sure the manager knew whenever he hired me. I could work on Saturday.
Nice.
Because you're at Clemson games.
That you are.
You're at all the Clemson games.
And we even talked about this with someone who lives, who's on YouTube, who's close to you, a musician named Dana McGay and her husband Dave. Hey, Dana, Dave, if you're watching. That they live somewhat close to you, and that how before you met Stat Sheet Sports,
Yeah.
it would have never been a thought in your mind to make it a bucket list day if it would ever happen. To go see the Georgia Bulldogs on the day, drive up, and then go see the Clemson Titans at night.
Because it's two great fan bases and two great stadiums.
Two lit atmospheres.
Yes. It's been about 3 days, and she's doing good. Well, that's good.
God, that's awesome.
Oh, man.
That is awesome. Yeah, that is one of those sports doubles that's a bucket list kind of double. Like I've done before in a pregame show in Madison before a reopening ceremony of Lambeau Field later at night.
Reopening ceremony.
Back when Lambeau Field was renovated, they never shut it down for games while they were renovating the stadium, but it was finally ready the night before the 2003 season opener, and they had a special 70,000 seat ceremony.
Nick's in the house. What
Nick
up?
the legend.
So Schwartz said, we had a family friend who would go watch Clemson game, then with 7 minutes to go in the fourth and drive to South Carolina game or other way around depending on times.
Yeah.
Nick, how you doing? How did the game go today? Why is someone wearing a
Brewers
Vikings
hat and a Viking. Is that a Brewers or is that a Yankees hat?
That's a Brewers hat, it looks like.
The old man. And a Vikings t-shirt.
I'm sorry, but you can't.
It's
be
confusion.
Wearing, you can't be wearing the.
That's
Vikings.
I shouldn't joke and say it's mental illness.
A Brewers fan shouldn't be a Vikings fan.
And there's a Brewers fan wearing a winter hat when it's got to be at least 70.
Maybe they don't have any other hats because in the part of Wisconsin they're from, and it never gets warm.
Yes.
Because I mean, some parts are really, really cold.
But then I'd really be sweltering.
True.
I really not want to wear a winter hat. But that's okay.
Or maybe it's just the look. Maybe the beanie is just the look.
That'll be another discussion point when Mommy comes back.
We've already talked about that a million times.
So what? Just like Joe DiMaggio said, I always play my best because there's always someone who's never seen me play.
True. Nick, what was score? Yeah, Andrew's wondering too. Let's go.
I'm taking bets 6-1. 6-1 a win for Nick and his team.
I'll go. I mean, I don't know. They killed the other team yesterday, but I don't know about today. Nick got some good minutes yesterday too. I was at his game.
Man. Cincinnati is another town with a meaty tradition, just like here in Philadelphia. Yes, by the way, for those who don't know, we are Milwaukee Brewers and Wisconsin sports team fans because we are from Wisconsin, but we have moved to Philadelphia because of my job. And we follow the Philly teams as well and like them when they're not playing our
Andrew
teams.
says I got 4-2 odds on Nick's
Nice. Okay. So 6-1, 4-2 Andrew. And a whiff. Oh, jeez.
Andrew, we should go to one of Nick's games.
We should.
I've been, but Andrew and I should both go.
Yeah.
And hang out. Watch the game.
Oh, my gosh, that curveball was just nasty. That was scary good. Luis Urias with a first pitch single. All right.
Attaboy Louis.
Gets a runner on base. Gives Milwaukee a little bit of 2-out hope here in the. It's a 1-out hope. 1-out hope here in the 7th inning. Yeah, our view of the outs is partially blocked because of the fact that the closed captioning is over it.
And Rowdy Tellez is coming in
Rowdy.
Pinch
Pinch
hitting
hitting.
for Keston Hira.
Excellent. Come on, big guy.
Rowdy.
Rowdy. Rowdy. Rowdy. Rowdy.
Rowdy.
And of course,
Rowdy,
closed
Rowdy,
captioning
Rowdy,
misspelling
Rowdy,
the name
Rowdy,
Council
Rowdy, Rowdy, Rowdy.
and spelling it Council, just like the ad
Rowdy.
of a former Brewers ticket buying ad from a long time ago.
Mhm.
They did like a comedic bit for a Brewers buy your tickets ad
Uh-huh.
where Craig Council's jersey was spelled Council, like a common council.
Oh, when he was playing?
No, when he was manager.
Then how could it be a long time ago?
Yeah, because he became manager in 2016. He's been a manager for
Okay, sure.
he's in his partial 7th year. Silver Mountain. Last we saw, Philly was beating Atlanta by 1. Let me check the score.
Let's go, Braves.
Wow.
Let's go, Braves. Let's go, Braves.
Yeah, they're in a delay right now with the Phillies up 1. Small stuff, big family. You cannot wait to experience Milwaukee cheese curds for the first time. Next month, you're going there. That's right. Lakefront Brewery, Milwaukee Public Market. Okay.
Sad.
We have videos coming out once we are back to doing vlogging.
Saz is one.
We went to like 5 cheese curd spots when we went back there in August.
Obviously Culver's. Which you
They
have in
have
Missouri.
Culver's where they are.
If you in Missouri, you have that. Oh,
Man.
there's a good place in 3rd Street Market Hall. We did a video there. They have
Yes.
honey battered cheese curds.
Tell us where you're going to be staying. If you want to private message us on Instagram, then we can come back and give you some suggestions. CJ.
Next Sunday night, Chiefs Bucks Super Bowl matchup. It's revenge time. Buccaneers, come get you some L's. He's saying because he's a Chiefs fan.
Man. And we are now in the middle of the 7th inning after Tellez
Bullet hit right to the glove.
right to the glove of the pitcher. And so we're in the middle of the 7th inning. We are tied 1-1. You know what that means. Mommy, we need you. Mommy, we need you. Perfect timing because we are at the 7th inning stretch.
Okay.
And there are always 2 songs we have to sing.
Yes.
There are 2 songs we have to have you
She's
join in.
back. Here we go.
Anonymommy is back. Okay. We'll answer your question shortly, small stuff, big family. But first, we have to sing. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the Brewers. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Dum 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 dum. Roll out the barrel. We'll have a barrel of fun. Roll out the barrel. We got the Blues on the run. Hey, hey, ding, boom, Torero. Ring out a song of good cheer. Now it's time to roll out the barrel, for the gang's all here.
And as a
Woo!
Cincinnati, we won't try to sing God Bless America.
No, Mommy's got the best singing voice of the 3 of us, so she probably could do it. CJ, thank you. Hope the Packers win over them today. Go Pack, go. C and J, love it. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for popping in, Crystal. That was so cool. And small stuff, big family getting cheese curd recommendations for their trip to Milwaukee.
Yes.
Coming up.
West Side. I'm trying to think of where West Side would be.
That would-
was Saz's?
Saz's would be very close to the stadium.
I've been thinking of places for small stuff, big family. I got a list. I was gonna consult with Jay, and I got a list coming for you by
isn't that hard to
the
get.
end of this week.
The good thing is that Milwaukee isn't that hard to get around.
All right. Feel free to mention it privately in the chat if you want to. Let us know if you're staying closer to State Fair Park if you're staying closer to Wauwatosa, that might give us more specifics on where we should send you.
Yeah.
But absolutely, Saz's is worth the drive. It probably not only does it have your favorite cheese curds, best barbecue in the city. Best barbecue, or at least I'd say top 2 or 3 barbecue in the city.
Along with what?
Along with, what is that place? What is that place on Walnut Street? It's not the best neighborhood in town, but
You're welcome, Laura.
Speed Queen Barbecue.
Oh.
If you ever find a place, Speed Queen Barbecue, Fred's Drive-In, never been there.
Yeah, never heard of it. Where is that, Silver Mountain?
Tell us.
And Small Stuff Big Family said thank you.
Pizza in for 5 more minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to take a break. I shall be right back.
Okay.
Hey, Mama.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, if you haven't yet, wish this lady happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. I heard that Nick
Nick
popped
came in, Andrew's been in,
Okay.
CJ, everyone. I don't know. What's going on? Is there anything else happening in sports? Nope. None too important. Other than just guys scoring touchdowns. John, can you can you go to John's?
Right here.
Yeah, and click that.
Quick show.
Yep. I clicked on the pinned video link. I like the video. When you come to STL, you can 1982 World Series champion. Side toasted ravioli. Yeah, we've had it. Oh, and go down to. Can you go down to CJ's comment?
Okay, yes, I just want to say to John that I have not had toasted ravioli in St. Louis, but in Milwaukee, the Glorioso's, our Italian deli in Milwaukee on Brady Street, has amazing toasted ravioli. It's one of my favorite things ever.
And CJ, yes, Uncle Lou 445, the Tennessee character General Fultard is back.
Okay.
I will be watching if I get the chance. And you just got to go back and hide it. Yeah.
Got it.
She's trying to learn through.
I don't do this. Please teach me.
Man. So now TJ Friedel coming up to the plate. Small Stuff Big Family. That's another good one. There is. What's it called? What am I thinking?
How long has Anthony had glasses, John asked?
Since 2018 fall, right?
Third grade.
Fall of 2018.
2018. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. But Glorioso's and Sortino's are 2 really good places in Milwaukee.
4700 block of Elite.
Of Violet Street in Milwaukee.
No, that's Elite.
Oh, it is?
That's Elite. Yeah. There's no O in that. It's Elite. Okay. Huh.
That's I'm guessing that's the barbecue place that Silver Mountain that he was talking about.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Silver Mountain. Note taken. All right, here. So,
and my brother's on the go saying hello.
Sorry, let me scoot over a
yeah,
little bit.
Go ahead and scoot over because Daddy's not here to read the comment thing.
Hi.
Oh, very small place.
Okay.
Alrighty, so 1-1, 1 out. I wish I could see who's on that, but the stupid captions are in the way, and we're really. I'm gonna go on Daddy's phone. Sorry,
it's okay.
I'm trying to get around you. I need to check something. Let's go here.
Yes, we are 1-1, bottom of the 7th. Brewers-Reds. Yeah, who do we have on the mound now? I missed a pitching change.
Brad Boxberger.
Oh, Boxberger.
Hold on. I'm trying to do
Gotcha.
something. I think that should do it.
So we are just hanging out here, watching the Brewers game on this chilly, overcast afternoon here in Philly. But I will not complain too much because the summer heat and humidity is gone. Very happy.
Something is glitching on the
very
phone, and
happy
now we're
about that.
way behind.
All right, Anthony is.
I'm working this out. I'm
He's
working this
fixing
out.
our.
I'm not going to be able to fix it. It's
Okay.
literally unfixable.
Okay.
This is a big problem.
All right, small stuff, big family. I have to head to the fall festival at the girls' school now. I hope the Brewers pull up a win for Carrie's birthday. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you again for popping in for a little while. Have fun with the girls at the fall festival. And yes, I will be in touch soon with places for you to go when you come to Milwaukee. CJ says Kansas right now is 4-0 and can possibly go 6-0 into the game with Oklahoma.
Yeah. All right, Daddy's going to have to fix that.
And Nick the Legend with, wow, we have an Anonymommy spotting.
Yes, Nick.
I am here. Yes, I apologize that I was not here when you entered the stream, Nick. But yes, I am here now. I've been enjoying some Brewers baseball. It's a slow game today, but hey, that's baseball for you. That's part of the deal, part of the package. So we'll see if we can get out of this tie ball game here with the Reds.
Nick, how are the Phils doing? How are the Phillies doing? How are the Eagles doing? How are the Union doing if they're playing today? I don't know. Whoever's playing today. Because I have absolutely no idea who's playing today. Alright, I'm going to try to fix this TV. I'm going to try again.
We're having some technical difficulties with our feed from MLB Network. Let's see if we can get that figured out. Nick says a lot of scoring in the Phils. We're winning 6-5 in a rain delay. Okay.
Yeah, that's the last I heard.
And he says birds up 24-2.
Yup, that's
Go
what the last
Birds.
I heard there too.
Who are they playing today? Who are they?
Oh,
That's right. The Commanders.
Yeah.
That's right. I knew that.
Oh.
What else are we going to talk about?
First of the pizza is being delivered.
Oh, okay.
Here's for the kid.
Thank you.
All right. There you are, Sir Anthony.
Thank you.
Should you describe what it is?
Grilled chicken Alfredo.
Thin crust.
Yep.
Yes, Nick. Go, Pat. Go.
Go, Pat, go. Go, Pat, go. All right, that's enough.
We have found at one of our local grocery chains a delicious thin crust, garlic,
Hey, New York Brothers on the go.
Yeah.
garlic
You
chicken.
forever. Haven't been around so much except for doing these lives here and there. YouTube has been way too crazy for us recently.
Oh, I didn't see their comment earlier. Long time no see. Yeah.
Yep.
In 30 minutes or less, the Packers play. Yes. 4:25 Eastern, 3:25 Central.
We are hoping for a very quick lead taken by the Brewers and a very quick 1-2-3 inning in the remainder of the game. So we can quickly get to the Packers game, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yes.
Garlic chicken Alfredo
Yeah,
with caramelized onions. It's very good.
it is.
It's very good.
Ruh-roh. Oh, no, the Chiefs are fixing to lose to Matt Ryan on the Colts unless we pull out a something play with 18 seconds left.
A Bills
play. Ah, okay. In this league, that's doable. Against the Chiefs defense, I mean, unless if you're the Chiefs, that's doable. Especially with Mr. Patrick Mahomes. Very doable.
This is still hot.
To let it cool down a little bit?
Yeah.
Fine.
We have some paper towels down here.
Absolutely, I do. I can prepare.
Please.
I can prepare.
Nick with the emoji.
What is this over the pizza?
No, over the Chiefs.
Oh, over the Chiefs, I see.
All right. Yeah, I still remember that Rams-Chief game that you brought up. Rams-Chiefs a few years ago that you brought up, Nick. One of the best games ever played. $54-51.
Nick, what was the score of your game earlier?
Excellent. Lions beating the Vikings.
Yeah.
If it's not the Packers in that NFC North, I hope it's the Lions. Because they have suffered too long. They have suffered way too long.
You won 3-1, Nick. Good.
Okay,
good.
so
Nice, good
undefeated
job.
on the weekend.
So closer to Andrew's score prediction than mine.
4-2.
What's your team's record so far this season, Nick?
Yeah, we had you winning 6-1, but it turned out the way it turned out. But that's okay, you won.
They won 4-0 yesterday and 3-1 today. So.
Oh, he said we lost. They lost.
Oh, darn!
Oh, bummer. 2-2.
You're 2-2 on the
You're 2-2.
Fly out for the
Tough,
first
man.
out of the inning.
Nick, you'll have to text me why y'all lost.
Oh man,
Was it the coaching? Was it that they didn't put someone in the game? Was it that someone didn't play well? Was it that someone was injured? You know.
Jace Peterson now coming into the game as a pinch hitter. I always find it interesting that Major League players' bats on the top actually have sort of a hollow section, whereas the bats that we always get don't.
He says our coach sold.
Mm.
I'm sorry, Nick.
Colts beating the Chiefs. Chiefs going down. Arg. Wind is blowing out to right, which makes the 1-1 score very surprising. A pitcher's duel with the ball blowing out. Now, what I'm wondering is if this is going to be the kind of a game where, as we get into the later innings, the ump is going to call more strikes than are actually deserved. That way, the umpiring crew can get out of town. Easy grounded at first base to get the second out of the inning. Peterson not doing much. The Bills game is calling for the fire department.
No, he's just saying the Bills
I
game.
know.
Fire.
I know. Coach.
Bills Dolphins today. Bills against first Tua turning the ball over, and then Teddy Bridgewater.
Until Jim Kelly and Bruce Smith showed up and made the Bills a competitive team, it's like the Dolphins, I think, won like 22 out of 24 meetings in that rivalry. The Bills were bad for a long time. Let's see, John mentioning that the Dolphins punting out of the end zone, Piley hit a blocker in the butt, went out of the end zone for the Bills, and a safety. The butt safety. Like the old Mark Sanchez butt fumble. Have you heard of the story of the butt fumble?
Of course
I don't.
Okay. Mark Sanchez of the Jets plays quarterback, decides to run with the football, runs into his own blocker's rear end, and literally the football hit the blocker's butt and caused a fumble.
Okay.
And New England recovered it.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Yes, CJ and John, absolutely. that will forever go down as the butt safety as the Brewers go out of the inning like a lamb. Going to the bottom of the 8th, still tied 1-1 in a critical game for the Brewers' playoff hopes. They need this one. They need them all. But especially more at this point as we watch bad dancing during a Ram truck ad.
Those DraftKings.
DraftKings ad immediately following it. And that is why, CJ, you love football in general. And then any given Sunday, any team can beat any other team. Unless the Packers are playing the Bears.
Because the Bears still suck.
There was an NFL Films commentator or NFL Network commentator this week who actually came out and said that because the Packers wins that game so often, they should stop showing it on national TV.
That's the NFL's oldest rivalry.
Exactly. They got to play it.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. More of what makes Anonymommy what she is. What's something else you'd love to tell the world?
I don't know. So we've...
It's your birthday.
I know, but I just wanted to hang out and watch baseball. I love people in here are sports oriented. I don't need to bore folks with. Unless they want to know, you can feel free to ask me a question.
There you go. Open forum. Ask Carrie, ask the former Anonymommy. Whatever you want to ask her. What would you love to know about her? What makes her who she is? That's cool.
I want to.
Inquiry minds want to know. The National Enquirer.
C&J, you already know.
Brewers need to play about 700 ball the rest of the year to sniff the playoffs. They might need to sweep the remaining home games.
Bleacher Report just sent me the notification. The butt punt.
The butt punt.
That's what it's being known as.
Okay. Nick says Minnesota scores 17-14 with 45 seconds left.
Minnesota winning with 45 seconds.
That's Matt Bush.
Favorite vacation spot. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so that is a 2-part answer. Because if we're just talking about Jay and I, when we went on our honeymoon, we went to Charleston, South Carolina, more specifically Folly Beach, South Carolina, and that was such a awesome week. That was such an awesome time. We have not been back there since, which is a goal of ours. So I would say
we need someone to watch you for about a week.
So I would say, but for me personally, and
I'll go to Nick's house for a week.
We did as a family this year was go to my childhood vacation spot, which is Curry Beach, North Carolina. And so it's just a bit south of Wilmington. And that was really awesome to get to share that place with my guys and be there with my mom.
Right now, nobody out with Matt Bush on the mound.
Otherwise, like, I've been enjoying, like, one of our videos Jake and shares when we drove around, I can never say right, the
Monongahela National Forest.
Yeah, yes.
Find that here.
In my home state, which was a part of West Virginia I never been to, and was beautiful and enjoyed that very much. Kind of similar to kind of what we did yesterday, but a national park. So just love exploring my home state more, especially now, with Anthony. Yeah, thank you.
Deep shot.
Come on.
And
sorry. I'm sorry. Carrie's here. I'm sorry. But that's just depressing.
It's 2-1.
2-1 Reds.
Bummer.
Ah!
And I just spilled water on my pants.
Just love going back down to North Carolina to see family, go to my alma mater and see college friends and family.
Oh, how can you talk about happy stuff like that? We're losing 2-1.
The game is not over.
I know, it's not over.
Oh my goodness. The
Kid named
drama.
Finger in the chat.
Kid,
Okay.
I'm just a kid named Finger.
you're just...
Talk about the CNJ, not the time to win, Reds.
That is...
Appreciate it.
We appreciate that, but yeah. It's just like how we were so heartbroken the one time we went out there.
Can we stop talking about 2012 when we didn't make the playoffs?
Okay,
We need to talk about making the playoffs, not making it.
Be in the moment right now.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, I want to go to Folly Beach with you again.
Yes. I do
Absolutely.
10 minutes to
And by the way, we did
kickoff.
not vlog
too. No, we will not.
our trip to Curry Beach. We did not vlog
Oh,
that.
yeah. We did
And we're not going to vlog our return to Folly Beach. Throws foam, brick, and screen. I would not blame anyone for that. I apologize. We do not know the language you were sharing there. But oh my gosh, just
Nick the
pain.
mod, if you can translate that for me, and then if it's something inappropriate, can you
Knock it out.
delete it? Because I don't know, just translate it and then whatever it says, you know.
Yeah, but we've got to get to a game at Great American Ballpark. Bro is speaking enchantment table. Andrew, you're awesome. And low pitches from Bush. Oh, these are the games that when you are so close on the precipice of a playoff spot, but you're just on the outside looking in. It's like if they lose this race by a game and don't make the playoffs, that pitch is going to be remembered. That pitch is going to be remembered. Yes, enchantment. I wish it was better than enchantment.
That pitch, with a whole million other pitches that we've given up for home runs.
Right, but it's like late game,
Okay.
late in the season.
Is the salad ready?
It is up there. You just have to put the croutons on it.
Alright.
You put the dressing.
I had some pizza, but I'm going to get my veggies. Go have
Appreciate
some
that,
salad.
Yeah,
What? Salad?
man. Just crushing. Ah. It's better when you're with the one you love and when you endure such sports pain. But
Okay, C&J, we will have to ask Anthony this when he comes back.
you have a question to answer later on when you come back.
Okay, I'll come back now with crouton.
Okay, here's the question.
What's the question?
It is, what do you love about your mom? It's her birthday. Let's hear it.
She's the best mom in the world.
Quick, succinct, true, to the point.
That's my son.
But you got to talk about baseball or college football. He'll talk your ear off for hours. Because right now there's food involved. And with him trying to get food.
That is, Crystal, please do not take that answer personally, which I know you will not. But that is like my child's modus operandi with anything in life is what is the quickest possible answer I can give.
What a teenager. Wait, not yet. Almost.
There's 6 seconds for pizza.
Okay. I'll get it.
Thank you. Sorry for all the in and out, everybody. All right. So we got bottom of the 8th here still. 1 out. 2-1 Reds. Oh, thank you, C&J. No, Anthony is not a teenager yet. Not yet. So
5 more minutes.
Okay.
The cool part about Cincinnati and the stadium in a late game situation like this is that there are no shadows. Because with shadows coming across where it's like the pitchers in sun and the hitters in shadows, it's very hard to see the ball. So it gives the offense a chance a lot more than in other afternoon games. But the problem is it gave the Reds a chance here, and they took advantage. And they took the lead.
I need in the chat. I need salad.
Salad. You make your own Caesar salads.
Well, she made it. I just added the stuff to it.
And the inning is over after a tag out by the Rowdy Tellez just fist bumped the umpire after we called the Reds player out.
Rowdy paying off the umps?
No, he's not paying off
No,
the umps. He's just having some fun with the umps. At least he's got a sense of humor with his team down. It could be a lot worse. Oh, the shadows are one of the only things you hate about postseason baseball. Yes, you get a lot of shadows because of the low October sun and the afternoon games, the late afternoon games that are there for TV. That way they don't compete with having 2 night games going on. I don't blame you.
You get like a 4 o'clock and a 7 o'clock. Or 5 and an 8.
That might have been one of the reasons why that Game 5 in 2011 that we went to. Please don't do that.
Okay.
But Game 5, deciding Game 5 of the NLDS, Brewers against the Diamondbacks was a 4 o'clock start. And the sun peering through the first base side windows of the otherwise domed Miller Park was just such an insanely awesome atmosphere. And how the team and how that game went down. I mean, that kind of atmosphere for a postseason game, it was like the way you were acting with that Jimmy Nelson, Clayton Kershaw game. 45,000 people every pitch.
Yeah.
It was like a football game.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a football playoff game. It was that intense. Loose team, yes, with Rowdy Tellez, but I love that atmosphere.
Mama.
Yes.
Can you and I switch quickly so I can show a video of what you're talking about, Daddy? I'll screen share it.
Sure.
For mine.
He dives so much into Caesar salads, he gets messy.
You go there.
He gets messy. I don't mean Lionel Messi. As we go to the top of the 9th, Milwaukee down to a 2-1 score to Cincinnati. Shadows beginning to peer near home plate, but still home plate bathed in sunshine for the moment.
Yeah, I'm going to try to find... Okay, there's a picture. I need to go to Mommy's.
Alexis Diaz with a 1.84 ERA.
Edwin's brother. So they're playing Narco right now in the ballpark because that's Edwin's brother. They both share that same.
Come on. Oh, we can't afford those. Did you hear the beeping going on with the oven? Okay.
Hold on, I'm looking to find.
This has been a ridiculously fast last 4 innings. Because for it to take this long for pizza to cook, yeah, that's the pick.
Oh, I'm going to mute it. And then share it. Hold on. Mute. And then share.
1 and 2 count right now.
So this was from 2018 during the playoffs, and this is kind of what
There's 7, honey. I
What's
hear
that?
beeping.
Okay.
this is what it looked like in 2018 during the playoffs at Miller Park. And I won't play the music because there's copyright, but you can just see all the yellow towels.
It was amazing.
It was absolutely amazing. But yeah, that's what it looked like. And we are back, and I'm going to switch back with you so I can have some salad.
Okay.
Yelly up to the plate, and that's a swing and a miss for Christian Yelich.
John says time for Cardinals game and Buccaneers game.
Yup. Oh, man. Let's finish this thing off, and then...
Well, enjoy, John. Hope your team.
Well, John doesn't really have an NFL team, but...
Oh, he doesn't really have an
Pizza's going to need a few minutes to cool off.
Talking about the Cardinals for baseball and then Buccaneers Packers.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, feel free to keep us as your second screen while you're watching football for the late games coming on.
Who are the Cardinals playing today?
Dodgers, West Coast.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
He mentioned that earlier.
Yep. Yes, they're just about to begin. That could be a playoff series very easily, by the way.
Cardinals, Dodgers, yeah.
Very easily. Come on, Yelly. Oh, do we need this, Yelly? Oh, do we need this?
Dalvin Cook was ruled out of the
Strikeout. Last batter.
Oh man.
Dalvin Cook was ruled out of the Vikings game with an injury.
Ooh.
John asking the question. MK, why not MIL? Because MK is our real acronym. MIL is just
it's the real 3-digit abbreviation.
If you look at his shirt, it says Defend MKE.
Defend MKE. But you tend to see MIL on TV broadcasts. But for example, around Milwaukee, it's much more known as MKE.
Mm-hmm.
The airport is known as MKE. So I think more people think of it as MKE. Oh, geez, that's not good. That's not good. But it's Tom Brady. It's what you expect. It's what you expect. Because it's Tom Brady. Yeah, please lay off those outside pitches. We need you to stay in this game, Hunter. Please. Please. Trying to remember if that drop at first base earlier led to a run. I don't think it did.
I don't think it did either.
Yeah. First pass, 40 yards into Green Bay territory.
That's not good.
No.
Renfroe hits
foul. So it's 2 strikes, 2 and 2 count. And a kid got the ball, at least. That's cool. Oh, come on. Come on, please. Please. I tend to use ARZ. Broadcasts tend to use ARI.
Renfroe.
Foul ball. Oh, man.
Please.
I know.
For Arizona, I usually just use AZ itself.
True. Ah!
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, the 8th inning banner's been up, by the way, so whatever.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. My fault, too.
Brewers take 3 out of
2-1 Cincinnati wins.
Bummer.
You know what'll make up for it? You know what'll make us feel better?
What?
Pizza. Pizza.
Pizza and cake.
You know what? We'll put the Packers game on for now while we await the pizza and cake.
We keep this going post game.
Well, why not?
Because I didn't know we were.
Okay, if we need to wrap it up now, we can.
No offense to anybody joining us. I just didn't know that was the plan.
We can wrap it up. It's okay. But we want to thank all of you for joining in Mommy's birthday party.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your
Birthday
time.
party. We
Popping
love her
by.
so much.
Hanging with us last few hours.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Supporting my guys always.
We love you so much.
I love you boys too.
Oh.
So precious.
For all that we do, we obviously have live streams that we're going to keep going, and the vlogs are going to be coming back. Thank you, John, for popping in. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
The vlogs will be coming back at some point. Happy Hodag Go, Pack Brewers, and happy birthday, Anonymommy. Food heals all wounds, especially pizza. What do we say?
Like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Ding, ding, ding.
Follow us on Instagram, Sorgy Stories. Follow Daddy on Twitter at JSorgy, and follow us on
Thank you, Andrew.
Facebook, Sorgy Stories.
For Anthony, for the artist formerly known as Anonymommy, Carrie, I'm Jay.
So long from the Sorgy Story Studios in Philadelphia. See you, everybody.
Bye, everybody.